Hey! Welcome to the Pirate Podcast. I'm Harrison.
I'm Adam.
I'm Matt.
I'm Cam.
And I'm Zach.
Okay, so I think the first thing, we already discussed it, but we're now available on all platforms. Hopefully, I think. I don't know. We don't show up on Spotify, at all.
The podcast on Spotify.
Yeah.
Like 20%
I think
of podcast
like a really
listeners use
long
Spotify.
queue to get on, though.
I should use that. I
It
like,
probably is. It's a
We're on, technically. Like, it says we're on. It's just I can't find it.
Yeah, we're probably in some review process.
And with Google Play, you have to search the Heard Podcast as one word for it to show up. It doesn't show up if you search the space Heard space podcast. So
should we just rebrand in one word?
yeah, we could. I don't know.
We're on my podcast.
Oh, we're on your podcast.
Oh, there. I'm a subscribe.
We got our first subscriber.
Oh, yeah. Pop champagne.
I also made us a Twitter page just
So we can make it.
well, no, but also because then all the followers are grouped into one thing, right? Because if they're on different platforms.
Smart. What's the Twitter handle?
It's the Heard Podcast, but the @ is the podcast Heard. Someone took the Heard Podcast and they're doing nothing with it. So
Those bastards.
Well, now all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of our followers can be in the same place.
my house.
I like how Kyle's not listed as a follower.
Right. Kyle wouldn't follow. He'd be too lazy.
You can listen to this. You're just shitting on
Yeah, I know.
Well, let's just make this whole episode about
Trash
shit
talk,
talking.
Kyle.
We trash talk him if he's here.
I guess.
Yeah, but this would be funnier though.
At least he can defend himself.
Yeah.
I guess one thing I wanted to talk about last podcast that I didn't get a chance to. Uranium has a lot of calories in it.
What do you mean? Like,
Uranium?
okay, how did you figure that out?
I found there was a post on Reddit talking about how you only have to eat 1 gram of uranium and it gives you 100 million calories.
Doesn't it fucking poison you?
Yeah, I know, but it's still a lot of calories.
So, if we could get a shark-human hybrid that's immune to that.
Survive on uranium.
Give them little tiny bits of uranium.
So, this is new to me. How do you measure how much calories something has?
Well, calories is just energy, right?
Oh,
You burn
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, that's why uranium, nuclear plants are so powerful because coal only gives so many calories or so much energy.
Wouldn't it be different? The way that your body intakes those calories isn't the same way that it would release
It would just
calories.
sit down in your gut or something.
Yeah.
So technically,
Like-
gasoline has a lot of calories because it burns well.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's drink gasoline and you got calories for the rest of your life.
Gives you
Because
lots
if
of
you
energy.
find the energy
burn it pretty
I don't
easy.
remember what it is from chemistry,
Yeah.
but with a calorimeter,
Yeah.
you do the thing.
Burn it.
That's not the same amount of calories you'd get if you ate it, is it? Because your body.
I'd
undergoes
imagine it'd be different
processes.
somehow.
Yeah.
You cook it and then eat it.
Oh yeah, cook gasoline.
Genius.
I mean, you can boil it.
But yeah, because it's on a fitness website, myfitnesspal.com. It's listed as one of the foods. It says it has 19,870,898. No. Number is hard. 19,870,898,000 calories.
Summer's taking its toll on Harrison.
And then it tells you how long it would take to burn it. And the numbers overflow that you can't even tell what they are.
I feel like, that amount of calories, even if you could just immediately consume it, you would just combust?
Yeah,
Well,
there's
there's no
die.
other nutrition to it other than the calories. So you just
what would
have
happen?
energy.
But you can't take that much energy, can you?
Well, I don't know.
Probably
It's
die,
like,
yeah.
I'm not a
Die,
bio
probably.
expert. I don't know. I don't think that's why
You
you die.
just won't digest.
You absorb the calories when it's in your hand.
You
Yeah.
just eat it and feel the sudden need to exercise.
Yeah, when you're around uranium, it's just giving you calories.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't think so.
How have you been cycling so much?
So much?
Yeah. You've been cycling every day, haven't you?
An hour a day.
Dude, that's commitment.
I'm walking
That's
2
so
hours a
much.
day. I've got 3 hours
You're
usually.
just walking around?
I walk around because I'm right by.
What do you do when you walk around? You just walk? What are you
Move
doing
my legs.
actively to get your so for me it's I find it hard to walk, just get out of my house and walk because there's other things I want to do. So how do you motivate yourself?
The thing for me, I don't know all the times you guys have been in my house, you've never really taken in the view in the back, but it's really nice. I've got like ponds here, Fish Creek there, and like paths everywhere, so I can take in the scenery. I also listen to music sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes, dude, I go fucking insane.
Yeah, me too. I listen to music.
I've told you guys I can stare at a wall for 3 hours.
I can do that too.
Okay, maybe that's the difference between you
Music's
and
nice.
I've been listening to our podcast.
Yeah, you could have been making sure
I
it
had
was
those
all
views.
pristine.
Yeah, get that.
Wait, are you walking your dog most of the time?
Okay, so my dog is a Bernese mountain dog, and he's big and fluffy, and he gets very hot very easily. So I wake up at 8 in the morning, and I take him out right away before the sun's really beating down. And then I have to put him back in the house after half an hour because he's dying. And then I keep going to my own.
Is that a half hour there and back, or
All the
just like a half hour total?
All the way. It's up that big hill behind me. I shouldn't be giving
Yeah,
so many
but
details of my
yes.
house.
I know. Yeah, okay.
That one big hill behind the house.
Near Fish Creek.
That's what I'm concerned about. Now the Fish Creek, no, big hill.
Yeah.
It's only one big hill in the world, dude.
That my dog is almost not part of my routine. I just get him up because it's like the
Does
responsibility.
he like to walk?
Not really. But I gotta get him exercise.
I've never heard of a dog who doesn't like
Wait,
walk.
your dog seems like he would love walks so much.
Yeah.
You're so
he's
generous.
so tired.
He's
He's
eating
super-
so much uranium.
He's so skittish though.
What he does enjoy, he doesn't enjoy the walking or the exercise, but he enjoys
Being outside.
snuffing stuff up,
Yeah.
snuffing fluff. You'd be amazed by the amount of used Kleenexes lying around on the road. You'll find all of them. All of them. It's disgusting.
What?
So I've taught him to leave it, and then he'll 10% of the time not go for it. Usually he still goes for it.
That's a really low batting average. 10%.
It's pretty bad because he loves Kleenex. I can't stop him.
So you said like before, like he collects things.
Who?
Like
Yeah.
he just like takes it. Does he collect the Kleenex?
No, I don't let him keep it.
Who is throwing Kleenex on the road?
I don't know. That's
so
what
what does he do with it then?
No, okay. Well, he tries to take it, and then I yell at him and get him to drop
Do you
it.
think he'd like collect it or eat it?
He'd probably eat it.
Okay.
If I'm being honest here.
Because like people have like doggy shit bags, right?
Yeah.
You have like a doggy Kleenex bag.
I don't.
To carry all of
God, maybe I should. He could lead me to the litter. I could have a hashtag trash take helped out by my dog.
There you go.
But no, I just get him to drop it.
Did you guys hear that I don't know if this was like a meme or not, but like I was on Instagram today. It said like the blue macaw is like now officially extinct.
The what?
It's like that,
Oh,
you know, like that
one's
bird
from Rio.
Yeah,
I believe that.
Yeah, like apparently, I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if it's a meme, but like apparently,
No, I saw that.
I'll
Okay,
look it up.
shit meme.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
I'll look it up right now. But like, apparently, it's officially extinct. Which is,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
it's kind of sad. Like that was a cool ass bird, dude. Like,
Technology's getting far enough. We'll bring it back eventually.
I
When we get around
That's
to
a
it.
great mindset.
I guarantee you that any animal now that's like endangered, they have DNA of, and they probably have like embryos and whatnot.
they are.
So once they get a good cloning process, they'll
they are
just, like,
officially extinct according to CBS News.
They just like lost track of the last one. Like you feel like if it's got like one or two left, they're gonna like make them fuck.
Well, they're trying to do that with like what rhino was it? There's like a rhino.
Like the
It's a white rhino, isn't it?
Yeah, like a white rhino or something that they're trying to do that with.
wasn't it? There was some group that said like the koalas are now functionally extinct,
Yeah.
which is just like a bullshit term because they're trying to like raise awareness for them being endangered, but like
Are koalas endangered? No,
I mean,
I think
you
so.
can't eat them.
are
though,
koalas
can
the dumb ones or are those pandas?
you? No, it's koalas are dumb.
Koalas.
Oh, well, pandas
Actually, they're pretty stupid, both of them,
Are they
but
both
don't
dumb?
mate.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Gotta show them like panda porn.
pandas aren't horny enough.
really,
Yeah, some animals are so stupid.
that's so weird.
Yeah, because they get like no nutrition from bamboo. They're just horrible animals.
Well, the same thing with the koalas, right? There's like no nutritional value in eucalyptus leaves.
Yeah, it's like poisonous to them.
Yeah, but that's all they eat.
Are you finding endangered stats?
yeah, I didn't want to just make shit up, but I heard at some point like an alarmingly large percentage of the world's living things are endangered. Like a lot.
Like, how do you
Yeah, apparently, like
determine-
insects are like they're going down like by like I don't know what the stat was, like 4% like every year.
Dude,
Like, the
fuck those
population.
mosquitoes. They can go
Yeah.
extinct.
Dude, yeah, but if the insects die, then everyone dies.
I know, I know.
No,
You get rid of mosquitoes, you get rid of Zika, you get rid of
yeah, malaria.
malaria,
Yeah,
that's
but-
the other one.
Mosquitoes are killing enough people right now that if you were to make them extinct, I feel like they'd kill less.
No,
people.
but
fucking
it's-
frogs are dead.
It
then.
starts to change, dude.
Frogs
Frogs and
eat
bats
more
are
than
always
mosquitoes.
Yeah, but their primary food source is mosquitoes.
it's flies, isn't
Other
it?
stuff.
No, it's mosquitoes. 'Cause
Children's storybooks lied to me.
Well, there's so many more mosquitoes than
They
flies.
just eat other stuff. They'd be fine.
No, pretty much. There's pretty much nothing you can take out of the environment without fucking everything else. Like, it's especially
Unless you
mosquitoes
replace it.
because they're in such a massive amount. Think about how many of them are. Like, they would have overwhelmed the earth if there weren't things that depended on them to eat them. Like, those things are in billions here. They're disgusting. like swimming through them when you go for a walk. So obviously something's keeping them in check.
But, like, how do you determine when something's endangered, though? Because, like, extinct, you know, because there's none left.
I
But,
think it's like a number.
Yeah.
There's a certain number of animals.
But wouldn't it be different for every species?
Yeah.
Because every species.
yeah, like,
is,
ants being endangered is a bigger deal
Yeah,
than, like,
well, like, if-
some rare frog being endangered.
because the number for ants being endangered wouldn't be like 45.
Be someone
Because
like-
that would be like they're basically dead already.
Yeah.
There's so many of them.
So I found that there are around 26,000 species under extinction threat.
Under
On the Earth.
out of how many species?
I don't know.
Are they endangered if their population is just declining year after year?
It might be like a certain percent from X amount of years ago.
So if it's like 5 years and they haven't gone up in a single year, then they're endangered. Maybe.
It's probably something like that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes more sense than just like a cap. That if you go below that cap,
Below
you're just
that
like,
number.
"Nah, you're endangered now. Sorry.
Yeah, there's something here. It says only 19 of the species on the previous list have moved up a tier in like level of concern. So I think that shows that like it's pretty. It's not. They're not like all dying next year.
They're just throwing out words to get us worried. Like, are bees? What?
Sorry, I did not understand.
No,
what you
because
said.
you said only 19 of them are actually a concern.
No. Only 19 on this huge ass list have moved from like pretty concerning to very concerning, or like they've moved up a tier.
Yeah, so it's no biggie.
Wait, up a tier is in.
That's not what I mean. There's
Bad.
more than
Are you
19
saying
that
up
are
a tier
good.
bad is the
improvement,
word?
or is in
No,
worse?
as in
Okay.
worse.
Only 19 have gotten worse from the last list. That doesn't mean there's only 19 that are bad. Only 19 have gotten notably worse.
Okay.
Yeah, but if only 19 of them are actually getting worse, then, you know, they're just
Yeah, but
staying, they're staying
It's like
bad.
a yearly basis.
Maybe their population's just lower now. It's not they're endangered. That's just where they are now.
Yeah, but I think they track that.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the professionals know that.
Well, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they know a lot more than we do.
Probably. If we're talking about animals, I have something interesting. There was a science team of scientists, whatever. They took a bunch of pigeons and they threw them in a lab, and they actually taught them to detect cancer. So I think it was breast cancer. So they gave them pictures of the cells.
Pictures of women?
Not pictures of breasts. Pictures of like.
Have you guys seen Mike Tyson Mysteries? It's
No.
just that pigeon staring at tits all
What?
There's a pigeon on there. that-
It's the detect. No, the
Yeah, Mike Tyson Mysteries, the pigeon's just a scumbag. He sleeps with a bunch of women and stuff. Sorry,
He's probably from that lab.
probably.
Anyway, so they look at, I don't know what they call it. It's not an X-ray, but you know, like cells and shit, sciencey
Okay.
stuff,
Okay,
bio
yeah.
stuff. Anyways, they sit there in their little cages and they can peck a button on the left of the image or a button on the right of the image. And if one is yes, one is no for if they have cancer, and if they're correct, they get a treat. And they taught them like you teach an AI, like a neural network, and they actually learned. And I think they got to like I don't know, 50-something% each. And if you were to compile it into like a vote, a democracy of pigeons, they had a 99% accuracy, which is comparable to an expert.
wait. So like,
A lab of pigeons.
so that's not like they go up to people and they sniff out cancer.
No.
That's like
okay, I thought like they were going to people. Like,
Yeah, I thought
sniffing
it was
out
like the
cancer.
woman who can like
Yeah,
smell
I was gonna
Alzheimer's.
say.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that, yeah. And then like she got one wrong, and then it turned out like months
Yeah, it
later
was just
that
like
that they had Alzheimer's.
Mhm.
Yeah. But no, wait. So they're gonna have doctors are gonna have like a fucking like Congress of pigeons.
No!
like
It was all an
voting on
experiment.
if they have cancer. or
It
not.
was all an experiment for machine learning, really, just to show that you can teach anything, especially a computer, to do things better than us, including pigeons.
Pigeon's big computer.
But no, we're not going to have giant labs of like hundreds of thousands of pigeons detecting cancer every day.
Well, there's a thing where it's like, say you had like 100,000 random people guess the weight of like a cow, they'll be more accurate than like 1,000 experts, because just by numbers, everyone has a different perspective and thing that shifts their choice, and so they'll get closer than people who actually know what they're talking about.
What if it's wearing a fat suit?
Like probably won't.
It's where the professionals are needed.
That cow right there, he's wearing a fat.
That's a fat suit.
That's so strange though. Like of all like the animals like teach shit too. Pigeons.
Pigeons.
Yeah.
Pigeons are so stupid. I recently saw on Reddit that a pigeon flew into a guy's bedroom and laid an egg on his bed and then left.
That was like a recurring thing, wasn't it? Though.
Well, no, it kept going in and out, and then he tried to keep it out, but he couldn't. Then it came back and laid an egg. So then he couldn't keep it out anymore. He didn't know what to do. So then he went and got a pan and a towel and he put the egg in it on his railing.
when it made sunny side up.
He put it on his railing, and the pigeon would like stand by it, like within. You could see it. It would just stand there trying to get into the room, and it wouldn't. He couldn't figure out that was his egg. I don't know what he did. It's a story in progress. Yeah. So those stupid things can detect cancer.
I had the perfect segue from Matt's blue macaws going extinct. I was going to say, speaking of blue things that are dying off, they delayed the Sonic movie.
They did. Yeah. It's like by a year, right?
Yeah, to February 14th.
February 14th.
Perfect Valentine's Day.
Oh,
When was
no.
it coming out?
Yeah, I think
It was in like,
It was a couple months.
I thought it was August.
it was close.
He was like, he's always there.
Yeah, I think it was near
Maybe August,
my
yeah.
birthday. I think it was somewhere around there.
I'm
Maybe
happy they're delaying it though, because maybe they can actually fix what they.
I don't think they can.
I don't think they're gonna fix it, but I think that the delay is okay anyway. For
Usually-
like the animators or whatever.
Yeah,
That's
things
like-
are not abusing their anime.
That's crazy though. That like
They don't abuse their anime.
Animators. There, I did it.
that's crazy though. That like the trailer came out and they were like ready to release it and it got delayed. Because usually when a movie gets delayed, it's like because of internal stuff, not like people shitting on it so
Mhm.
hard.
Yeah, or like directors like, I don't like this shot, and reshoot it. Or
Yeah,
something.
hopefully like the movie is good and people like it because then it'll teach like movies that if they release shit trailers and the movie's gonna be shit that they should delay it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be good.
This
Yeah.
has happened before, though. Okay, it looks like shit. Other than like Sonic's appearance, they can fix that, but they can't fix how shit the movie looks. But anyways, this has been done
Detective
before
Pikachu.
with like fixing a character before release. I don't know if they delayed it or not. I don't know much about this, but I think it was Kong, the most recent King Kong movie.
Kong Skull Island. Yeah.
That one, yeah. They released a poster, might have been a trailer, I'm not sure, and people hated it, and he looked like weird and cartoony. He had like a big tooth coming up under his lip, and everybody got angry about it. So then they actually fixed it. And now, I mean, he looks.
He's just
he looks
throwing
pretty
massive barrels at people.
Cool. I mean, like he looks really cool now. So
Yeah, that movie was good. I liked it.
I think Godzilla's better.
No, at least with Kong, it was like constant action.
Yeah, but Godzilla was so
Constant.
fucking cool. That was like, that new movie's gonna be absolutely amazing.
Oh, it looks so bad.
What?
Are you kidding me? It looks terrible.
I've been surprised because I've always thought those movies suck ass, and I think that trailer looks kind of good.
The only thing I don't
Surprisingly.
like is that they keep taking like a human and making them the main character instead
Yeah.
of Godzilla. Like they have the whole movie be called Godzilla, and then they revolve it around some fucking nobody that like
How
loves a
can they make-
dinosaur.
How can they make Godzilla like the main character? He can't talk.
No, he just fights shit.
Could you imagine that though? A 2-hour feature film
Well, I
of just
think-
some giant dinosaur beating up
Wouldn't
buildings.
that be fucking cool?
That'd be so boring to watch. It'd be like a Michael Bay movie.
What?
It'd
Yeah,
just be
what?
like explosions, and then like in 5 minutes you'd be so bored of watching this dinosaur beat up everything.
Here comes the next
You'd
fucking
leave.
dinosaur for him to beat up. You know?
Better than the first one where the dude's like, I need to get to my wife, but
I
Big
think the-
Moth
no,
is
no, so-
fucking me over.
Okay, so I think the first one did it well because it was like it was good contrast. I thought from like the old ones where it was all about just like Godzilla, and I think it was like the 2000s one, which I thought was awful. But I liked how they introduced a more human aspect into that one, and with the 2014 one, I thought it was a really good balance. But
I just like there was only 8 minutes of Godzilla. Like they should have put more Godzilla.
Okay, yeah.
out
There
of
was 8
people.
minus?
8 minutes of Godzilla out of the
I
entire.
I feel like we've talked
It
about
It was
this
like
after.
there was more of the like villain insect thing. Who like what was it?
Mutos.
Okay, Mutos. They didn't even pick like a cool villain.
No, it was like massive something terrestrial organism.
Oh,
That's like what
okay.
Massive.
They didn't. They could have picked someone like as a bigger one. I feel like.
Well,
they
I think that's a
back
good starting point because in the next one, the one that's coming out this month, they have King Ghidorah, which is like his all-time.
Yeah, they have everyone.
Yeah, but like
I wonder if they're gonna have what's the robot guy?
Mechagodzilla.
No, not Mechagodzilla. There's like a straight up just
Oh,
robot.
Colossus. I think his name is,
Yeah,
something
or
like that.
something like that. But it's just like it's like a Power Ranger like
Yeah.
type, like big robot.
Well, no,
guy.
because I'm pretty sure in like the lore, don't blame me for that. He like becomes Mechagodzilla.
Does he?
I think so. I think that's how it works.
It's gonna be just like Pacific Rim. I feel.
I
like.
might be wrong though. But Pacific Rim was
Exactly.
Okay, did anybody here like Pacific Rim?
I didn't watch it. I just,
the first one was like, eh. The second was absolutely awful. Like it was just.
I forgot they
the first
made a
one was
second
absolutely
one.
awful.
I didn't realize there was a second one.
You know what really got me in the first one? What really just put it like concrete, like just a shit movie in my mind? When they're in their big mech and they're getting hauled up the big flying thing, and they're like, "Wait, it's getting all dramatic. We have one thing left," and they pull out this massive fucking sword that
Oh,
they were
yeah.
using the entire movie and slice it in half. Like what? What the fuck? Where was that thing the whole time?
If you want to see a truly awful movie with amazing CGI, watch the second one.
I'm good.
I don't think I'd want to do that.
What was the
I'm gonna
second one
pass.
about? Because
So
the first one was
so
like
you know, like the
aliens
first
come,
one,
right?
there was like that guy who like what do they call it, like vibing or something with like with each other. Like he like vibed with like the heart of like the monster, like the brain. It was like a plot point in the second one. That's what they found. The first one, they found out like the big master plan. But he apparently like that affected him in a negative way. He just became like a horrible person, like who wanted to open the gate again. The second one, it was awful.
Wait, so it was just like, let's do that again.
Yeah, essentially. Except let's like make it really worse.
Oh, jeez.
So he does open it. I'm assuming they're not just giant mechs fighting some asshole.
No, so it's usually just like the last scene was awful. I think like if I remember correctly, a bunch of mechs like fused with like a giant monster, just like straight out of Power Rangers, and it was like, oh my God.
Has there been any like massively, I guess Avengers and stuff, but I was gonna say like a massive just like old CGI movies that like has been well received like
Godzilla.
critically?
Avatar.
No, that's not. What? How is that well received critically?
Yeah, but it's like the worst
Was
movie.
it?
I think it was.
No, it was. Yeah,
but
gotta be.
but nobody likes it now.
Yeah.
well, because people understand like, wow, that movie was really bad.
Well, they're
Why
making
don't-
2, 3, 4, and 5, so
I-
get ready for that.
I don't get it. Like I think like
Avatar world.
He's treating it like the fucking Lord of the Rings.
I
Like,
don't understand because
Where
hasn't
can you
he
go
made
from
like
that?
all of them now, and he's just gonna release them year after year.
James
Wait,
Cameron.
Yeah.
he's made them?
I think he's made them all.
the first one does
'Cause I
shit.
think-
He's like, whoa.
I think
damn.
Avatar 2 is like 2020 release.
Yeah, but it
Avatar
was,
3
like,
is
2019
2021,
though.
and then the next
I
one
thought.
is 2023 or
'Cause
2022.
I thought they kept pushing them
It's
back
just, like,
though.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
Really?
I don't know.
Because they were supposed to come out a while ago, I think.
Oh,
I
yeah, it
thought
was
they
like
were
2012 or
developed,
something.
like,
Like it was.
Oh yeah, they got
It's way past 2012.
Avatar got 82%, both audience and the
Well,
critics.
should have got fucking 10 on audience.
Yeah, like it was. It had like the most basic plot. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
just like
No, so I think
shit.
that the reason why it was so well received is because the CGI was just so revolutionary at
yeah.
that point.
I mean, it's still kind of impressive even today to
No,
look
it's
at
not.
it. Okay.
Some things are okay, other things are
I think
not.
okay, it looks as good as like some of the best we have today.
I'm pretty sure we talked about this last podcast.
We
We did on the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, like I was watching a scene from it recently, and it was like, oh, like you look at the avatars, you're like that's shit CGI, but someone like pointed out that the entire scene was CGI, not just the avatar, and it's like, oh, okay, that's where the
Yeah.
good CGI comes in.
I guess. I don't know. I think that movie's way overhyped.
Speaking of which, the CGI though, I think it's been getting worse. Like
I've noticed that
CGI?
too.
I think
No,
it's
that's-
in the Uncanny Valley area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, I think they're just getting lazy and it's becoming plastic. It's getting
Yeah.
it's looking legitimately worse.
Well,
Not
no,
like
no,
close
no,
to
no,
real.
If you take something like Avengers Endgame, like that had great CGI, I thought.
But the
Most of
issue,
it.
And then in like Justice League, that was like awful CGI.
Yeah.
the issue is
It's just-
it's being overused. Like there's like so many video essays on YouTube just shitting on modern CGI.
Yeah.
The thing is that like the good one was the example of Spider-Man, is that they
Like the
made
new one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like New Homecoming is that they made the suit and it looks really good in real life, and they replaced the entire thing with CGI.
Yeah. They just
Like-
have like a CGI double for the whole character.
But why would you make the suit in the first place?
It was just like reference, but like, and then they like what someone pointed out is that they try to make it like skin tight, which doesn't look like right in real life.
Yeah.
And like with the Amazing Spider-Man, that one was done well because it had like flaps to it and stuff, and it wasn't like super skin tight.
Oh,
And-
Spider-Man. I thought you were talking about Vulture's suit.
No, like the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
suit.
Okay.
Like it
the
was.
one that's like
Yeah.
spandex.
Like
no,
the-
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, but like there, people were leaning away from like practical effects and just going like it's easier now if you just make the entire thing. It's just CGI.
Yeah, and a big part of it is apparently the CGI artists are in like huge demand, and there's just not enough to spend a large amount of time on a project. So they're just pushing the shit out. Everything's looking the same because they're just pumping stuff out as fast as they can. It's not like a passion project for them anymore. So it's getting blah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and they're doing the same thing with Iron Man. Like all of Iron Man was just, I guess as soon as they moved to nanotech over
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
just practical armor.
I thought his new suit looked kind of dumb, if I'm being honest. I like the idea. I think it's really cool. It just looks so weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't do enough with his suit because like in the comics, they do it so often that he like changes his like main colors. Like he had like the black and gold theme for a while, and like the silver and white theme or whatever.
We had
And
the
they-
silver and red one in
They
Iron Man
kind
2.
of did that in Iron Man 3 when he had like a billion suits and they were all sorts of different
Yeah.
shapes
I thought
and
the
sizes
third one,
and
he had like,
colors.
it was like a kind of like tan and red was like the main suit
Well, it might have been.
or something like
But
that.
he
The
also
second
had
one.
like...
Well, we had a bunch of other ones, yeah.
Tan red is a standard theme.
I thought it was golden red.
It's golden.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but like tan.
No, but so from Iron Man 1, it was golden red, right? And then Iron Man 2, it was like silver and red, I thought.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
like suitcase
Yeah.
suit was like silver and red.
Oh, I guess he switched though in the movie.
I think he switches.
Yeah. I guess that's what you're saying. But I think it's hard for them to do that because they want to keep the character as like an icon.
Do you guys know what's going on with DC? Because like
No one knows, Cam.
yeah, because Marvel is just kicking ass. Obviously, they've almost paid back what Disney spent in like 2 movies, and then DC. Well, I don't know what they're redoing, what they aren't. Like
So
they're reimagining the Joker.
And they're rebooting Batman again.
Yeah.
They're doing
So what about
Suicide
Wonder
Squad
Woman?
again with James
Wonder
Gunn.
Woman's the same.
Because she did well, so she's
Yeah.
going to be interacting with new characters who are the same characters.
Yep.
That's weird. Yeah.
That's just confusing.
It's really weird.
Yeah,
Because did you see? Oh, is it Robert Pattinson? What's his name?
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, the guy that played Edward off Twilight. He's going to be the new Batman.
Yeah,
supposedly.
that was weird.
I think that's
they could pull it off.
I could
though.
see it honestly.
I just
Especially
like.
the detective side. Anyways.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like that's the thing that fucked up with Batman so much is that they got rid of the whole detective side.
He was just a big clueless hunk of meat.
Yeah, like his comics are literally called Detective Comics, and like they've just made him beefcake that punches people.
Wasn't that what DC stands for?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that's what it
Was
stands
that, that was their
for.
first comic then.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's what it stands for,
Okay.
Detective Comics. and yeah, it's just they keep forgetting, but it's kind of weird to do detective movies, like because it like how did you guys watch Sherlock Holmes?
Like
Yeah.
the movie.
The one with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
thought
saw
it-
like parts of
I
it.
thought it was good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I liked it. It was a long
kinda
time
weird
ago.
for detective.
Well, because it was detective stuff, but it was absolutely fantastic what he was detecting.
Yeah,
So there was still a lot of action going on.
yeah, like you have to revolve the whole movie around the detective part, like I feel, and then putting like you have to put all the emphasis on detective, or else it's just like you can't do it. Like,
Yeah.
what, you're gonna have one scene of him just like walking around with a fucking magnifying glass.
It's like in video games when they force that shit on you, like in The Witcher. I love
Yeah.
the game, but I hate holding down right click and following a red trail. That's not detective work.
You can't even sprint while doing
No,
it.
I
You
know,
have to
I hate it.
awkwardly walk around and just
And like,
stare at blood.
there's so much stuff like that in games. Like, have you guys played Max Payne 3?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so there's like the optional stuff to get the achievements and learn the story. You just walk around slowly hitting E on things, and I just like hear a monologue. It's
Yeah.
so boring. So it's kind of similar. Like, you can't just throw it on the side. It's absolute shit. It's got to be a fleshed out system.
Yeah, but the issue with like DC was that they saw what Marvel was doing with like the Avengers
rushed
and
it.
everything. Yeah, and they just rushed it. They're like, let's get everything in like 2 years.
And they fucked it up.
Well, I think that was
Yeah.
Warner Brothers because originally
yeah.
Zack Snyder said, like this came on an interview recently, is that he wanted to do just go straight to Darkseid instead of doing the whole Steppenwolf thing, which I guess that rushes it even more, but also I think it would be better.
What does that mean? Straight to dark side?
No, Darkseid's the villain.
Oh, he's like the
Oh.
main villain. He's like the Thanos of DC, but he became before Thanos.
Thanos is the
Is
dark side
of Marvel, I should say. Yeah.
'Cause, like so much of what Marvel is just ripped off from DC.
Well, vice versa too. I think.
Yeah, I guess, but like the big guys. I guess like Deadpool.
Deadpool's
Thanos.
I think it was a joke though. Deadpool
Yeah, it was, but it yeah.
became something more.
Yeah.
Well, who else? There's Thanos and.
Oh, it was some. I literally just had them right in my head and I forgot.
Did you see? I don't. There was like a new Avengers like lineup or something, and like one of the characters looked exactly like Wonder Woman.
There's a new
I'm pretty
Avengers
sure. I'm pretty
lineup?
sure.
Like in the comics.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like a sword and a shield, and it was a girl.
Oh, well, that's that's just based on the Amazon thing.
Yeah, but like they
that's-
looked very similar.
Okay.
Also, doesn't
Maybe
Wonder
I'm thinking
Woman,
of something else.
Wonder Woman doesn't have her sword anymore. Oh, she got a new one.
She had it in the movie, didn't she?
Yeah, but then it got.
What?
It got what?
She tried to stab it at the dude and it melted on his hand to the hilt.
Ares?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she had in Justice League.
No, I didn't watch that.
Oh,
It's just like Thor and his hammer. Like you can't separate them.
Oh.
Except that they
I thought it was just a
Yeah,
hundred.
they did.
And then he got it
Yeah.
back. It's like
yeah,
time
but Captain
travel.
America took it.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then he
yeah.
gave it back.
No, he didn't.
He did.
He didn't.
Well, like
He
you know,
took-
it's
he took it to the
Endgame. If you haven't
past.
seen Endgame,
When he took it to the past when he put all the stones back. He probably put the hammer back too.
Okay, Zach.
Wait, yeah, because he didn't bring the hammer back. Oh, so he probably. So you're saying
Oh,
he gave it back
I'm
to
saying
the,
he just
Oh,
tried
I
to
see
put
what
everything
you're
back.
saying.
he gave
Okay.
it back to the poor Thor that lost it.
Yeah.
in his turn.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
poor
Just
other
like
Thor
sit
thought
in
he wasn't
Asgard
worthy.
and be like,
Yeah, no, I was
If our like Captain America didn't have the ability to like carry back like Mjolnir, he'd be fucked because like he'd be able to bring back everything.
Oh,
back.
yeah.
He'd be like, oh shit.
I mean, they
And
just would have like said fuck it for that timeline. Thor just doesn't have his hammer anymore.
Yeah, screw Thor. Dude.
So like when Captain America goes back in time,
Yeah,
plot hole.
does he go back?
he makes
To the
another
same-
jump to come back to our timeline to give Sam the shield, and then he jumps back.
He jumps back.
He doesn't- What?
I think
That's what the
that's-
director said afterwards.
That's what it would
Because
have
they
to
were,
be.
they said, because people were complaining. They asked him about this plot hole, or they asked them about the plot hole, and he was just like, "Yeah, he was with Peggy for a while, and then he jumped to our timeline to give Sam the shield, and then he jumped."
But
back.
like,
I
I
just
thought you
assumed
could.
Peggy died of old age and then he popped back in.
It's probably when he did it. I don't know. But
Well,
yeah, he did make a jump
Didn't
back.
she
to our
die in like Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because she was super old. That's why
Yeah.
he went back and lived with her. Right?
So he wouldn't need a jump though, then, would he?
But he's in a different timeline.
Okay, that's still confusing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't.
It's like a different reality.
No, I
In
understand.
that
I
one.
understand like the concept, but I don't understand like the practice, like how that worked in the movie.
But like,
So he went back, and then there was two Captain Americas
There's two timelines.
in that timeline.
In that timeline, there's two Captain Americas. In ours,
There's none
there was one until he jumped
until
back.
they jumped back.
so wait, but the one
But
where
that-
he went and lived with Peggy,
Yeah.
he's cucking himself.
There's still another one who's frozen in ice.
Oh, he's frozen in
There's
ice.
another
So
one
that
who's
dude's
frozen
gonna
in
wake
ice,
up.
but he's still there.
He's
Oh!
gonna-
Oh
Wait, so he. So,
So there
Peggy
is a version of him that's frozen in ice in that timeline.
Oh, so Peggy was like, "Oh, you're dead," and then it turns out he's not dead, and then he fucks her, and then he grows older.
and then
there.
eventually 2012 happens, and he like wakes
yeah,
up.
he's
or
like,
whatever.
"Boom, gang."
And then there's two of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One's old.
But like, what's the point of the you know the pad he has to stand on to teleport?
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
point of that? 'Cause
Dude,
it's not
I
like
don't
a-
know.
It's just like visual.
It's just for looks. They're like, let's build this pad that you can
Yeah,
stand
they built
on.
a big pad, and then like they're sitting in New York that one time, and they're like, "We need to go farther back," and they just do it. What?
No, I was kind of disappointed that they went for time travel. Like,
Yeah.
I thought they'd get more creative than that. Instead, they're just like, "Oh, good job, we bought."
They just pull out a
Never
dustpan and
mind.
brush and start sweeping up the Infinity Stone.
I thought it would all revolve all around the Soul Stone. Like
Yeah.
breaking the Soul Stone and like getting
I'm
it
kind of
back
glad
and
it
that.
didn't.
It would have been better than time travel. I feel like.
I thought the time travel
I
was
think
okay.
it would have been better than time
But
travel.
like,
It was
also-
good for the way that the movie was. It was like a greatest hits of everything, and the way they did that was they
Yeah.
literally went
That's
everywhere.
true.
True,
guess.
but then it was just a cheap fan service instead of something cool.
That's what a greatest hit album. is.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
Wait, but like when he brought the Soul Stone, like how do you bring that back? You like, hey, Red Skull, you can have this back. I don't need it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like Red Skull's like, wait, what the fuck?
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
You
with
just
it.
killed yourself. Why are you giving it back already?
Also, so Red Skull was in Captain America, right? I didn't put this together until a
Yeah,
long
so-
time afterwards.
Yeah.
So he was some evil Nazi dude, neo-Nazi elite, or was he actually?
He was
He was
part
a
of the
Nazi.
Nazi army, but at some point he said, kind of just like, I want to do my own thing. I think.
So he's Hydra.
He was a
Yes.
contract.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, why the fuck is he way off in space?
So when he was like holding the Tesseract, he like got teleported at the end of Captain America. I thought.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And like
He's,
we
like,
didn't know he was anywhere.
He's
until
doing something with the
Infinity-
Tesseract,
or Infinity
and then
War.
it opens a portal behind him,
Yeah.
and he gets like sucked into
Wow,
it.
I understand why people are freaking out then, because that's some commitment.
Yeah.
So
It
like
took him a while.
the Tesseract leads him to the Soul Stone.
It just puts him there, I guess. I don't know.
What? And then
But
just
then he's a
binds
ghost
his
before
fate.
it.
Yeah, why is he a ghost?
Yeah.
Why is he?
No, like so what he said in Infinity War is like a long time ago I too sought the stones and then like one of them like made me do this or something like
Yeah,
that.
I don't know.
Like it was something like that.
Yeah, they allude to like the stones having some like
Sort of
consciousness behind them
yeah.
that just does things because they
Well,
want
that's
to.
I guess that might be a hint to like the comic books, because
Sure.
in the comic books they're represented by like actual people.
But then they never touch on that again, other than Red
Are they
Skull.
really?
It's so whack. It's like there's like the fat guy. There's like a fat short guy that represents like the Time Stone.
Danny
and
DeVito.
Didn't Deadpool have like an Infinity Stone that like made him teleport or something?
maybe
I
don't
thought that
know.
was like something.
I tried rereading the Infinity Gauntlet like comic book recently, and I got like quarter way through. I was like, yeah, this is like I remember why I hated this book, and I just about to put it away. Like it's so bad. It's just the cheesiest thing ever. Like he literally loses because like he's all powerful with the Infinity Gauntlet, and he's like beating all the gods and stuff. And then like his like sidekick guy is like, yo, you'd like, because he like the whole thing is he's trying to impress Death.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to like fuck Death. and then because like Death is
No,
like
so it was Death, some lady.
yeah,
god.
yeah, Death is like a lady god that like revived him, and he's trying to like fuck her, and she's like not paying attention to him. And then his sidekick's like, "Yo, what if you like took off the Infinity Gauntlet and then defeated them? That would impress her, right?" He's like, "Smart idea," and he like takes it off, and then like Nebula grabs it and turns back time 24 hours, and it's like, it's like, oh, you fucking idiot! His dick lost him the battle.
So he's a lot. Well, he's such a noble, wise man in the movies. It doesn't sound like that in the
I think
comics.
they
Yeah.
did a really good job in the movies because they made his character relatable.
In the comics, get the Thanos copter.
Wait, was that an actual thing?
Yeah,
in the
did you not
comics?
see the thing I
No,
posted where
I
it's like,
saw the meme, but I thought it was fake.
no, that's real. He's in Thanos. That was before he was like a big god thing. He's like, "Hey, Deadpool, it's me, Thanos," and he's in the helicopter
Yeah.
that just has Thanos written on the
I
side.
saw another panel where he had the cosmic cube.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Whoops, I dropped it."
I can do anything with the
Yeah.
cosmic cube, and then he drops and gets arrested by 2 New York
Yeah.
cops.
See, was that also in Deadpool though? Because that can all be
No,
bullshit.
that
right?
was like an Avengers thing.
Oh my god.
I love that would have been okay for like a big story as he drops it. And
I
he's
think it's slightly edited. I think like she kicks it out of his hand, and that's what happens.
Oh, okay.
But like he still says like, "Oops, I dropped it."
Oops, I dropped the cosmic cube.
God, like imagine
the-
like Lord of the
is
Rings
that
or
the
something.
Or is that something else?
I don't know.
It looks like it because it's a cube and it's blue.
And
Like,
it's
even Lord of the
cosmic.
Rings or something. Like,
And it's cosmic.
oops, I dropped the ring.
Yeah.
Credits roll.
Yeah, right.
I wish DC will put. I hope they do with this new ones. The new stuff they're doing is like put in the time, make sure that it's actually good before you go do something.
Yeah,
crazy.
but like I feel like they're too greedy to play the long run. Like they're not doing it for the fans; they're just doing it for money.
Yeah, I wish they did for the
Also,
fans.
what about Aquaman? That did well, right?
Is Suck
That
dick.
no, that is
Oh.
like one of the but like I think it's like top 10 grossing movies.
Yeah,
Like, every
I
time. Like,
I
did
watched
super
it
well,
and
yeah.
I laughed at one point during it.
It was just like Black Panther, but in water, right? Like there was
No, it was
No?
like it was so weird. Like the villain, the guy who played the villain, was one of the worst actors. He did, not one of them, but like he gave like a horrible performance. And at one point in the movie, do you guys care about spoilers?
No.
Okay, so at one point in the movie, they went into like this underwater like vortex that somehow like ported them to, like what I'm assuming is the center of the earth. And it was like a mystical land of dinosaurs and shit. And it made me laugh in the theater. Like it was like the most ridiculous thing. And then his mom's there for some reason, and it's like, and he fights the Kraken, and
Kraken.
Yeah, I watched that movie, but I forget everything about it.
it's so bad. And Black Manto's lame too.
Wait, who's the main guy if it wasn't Black Panther?
Seamaster. Ocean Master, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Ocean Master.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's such a lame
that's
name.
his brother. I'm pretty
There's
sure.
like a line of boats.
Ocean Master.
What?
Ocean Master. I think that's a
That's a boat.
line of boats.
Off to Bass
Oh.
Pro to find
Yeah,
out.
it sounds like a line of boats. That sounds
Ocean
right.
Master.
I love Bass Pro so much. It's the coolest shop.
I liked it when I was young.
Yeah.
Then we went there a couple more times, and I started to notice that there's literally just hundreds of decapitated animals staring at me from the walls. and I got a
Fuck
little
yeah, dude,
freaked
it's
out.
metal as fuck. It's like, yeah, it's like a mole, but just for like hicks.
Basically.
I've never,
It's
so I've actually never been to one. It's like
You walk around, like, they've got like everything there, so it's like all like hunting equipment and boats and fishing stuff.
We
But
got
it's
like
like,
little gun arcade games too.
yeah, they've like got arcade games, and there's like an aquarium
There's like a
and stuff.
bakery if you want to do
Yeah,
that.
there's a bakery.
There's an elevator behind a waterfall.
Yeah, you go up and just get a fish.
Tank, there's little ponds with
It's
fish.
insane. It's like a little mini Disneyland for hicks. Honestly,
dude, I want to
It's
go
insane.
there.
It's
Sounds
so-
hype.
Yeah,
It's
there's
so
just like a
outside.
bunch of taxidermy everywhere.
But
Like-
when you walk in, like the walls are just lined with deer heads.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
that one wall is
everywhere.
a
There's
lot.
so
Yeah,
many.
because whenever we have like guests come from Australia, that's like one of the places we always take them.
You
We're
gotta
like,
see this.
We're like,
It's
you
crazy.
have to see this. It's like the craziest thing ever to someone that's like not from.
It is
fucking-
insane.
like
I mean,
North
like
America.
it's even insane to us from North America.
Yeah, I remember when it first opened, it was like, we had to go see what it was because it was just...
Like it's a store to buy shirts and shit, but it's like it's
Yeah.
a tourist attraction because it's so
So
insane.
there's one in Cross Iron, right?
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah,
That's
that's
the
the big
big
one. But, like, you don't even have to buy anything there. You just
I don't
go
think
and-
I've ever
just
bought
walk around.
anything.
I bought an
I've-
airsoft gun there. I regret that. I don't. What's the point of an airsoft gun if you're not going to shoot someone, dude? Like,
Yeah, that's a good point.
You ever play airsoft? Is it
No.
is it more or less painful than
it's
paintball?
more painful because they're tiny, right?
Yeah.
Pressure.
No,
I remember going to like Bragg Creek paintball, and like we were about to go into like the the Vietnam one we played, like the
Yeah.
big map.
Mhm.
And as we were going in, there was like a group leaving, and they all had like airsoft guns. Because apparently, I think they allow
You can do
airsoft.
that?
Like if you have your own guns, yeah. And yeah, I don't know. Because that was a big thing moving here. I was like, I'm gonna buy so many airsoft guns, and then I got here and they're like $500 each and shit.
Could you not do that in Australia?
No, they're illegal.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah, the gun laws in Australia are like really,
yeah, because
really
one
tight.
dude ruined everything by shooting up a picnic area, and then now we don't get guns.
I mean, I don't think it's an awful.
What a greedy
I
bastard!
I don't think that's an awful choice to be.
Yeah.
I feel like that might be an example.
That's
to
what
follow.
that's what New Zealand did as well.
Yeah.
I think gun laws should be a lot stricter in a lot of
Yeah.
places.
It freaks me out that there's places you can go in the States and there's just some asshole with a pistol on his waist. Like,
Yeah.
he can just...
Open carry is weird. I
Like
don't
if
get
you
it.
say you pick a bar fight with him, like you could fucking end your life right
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
in an instant. That's freaky. I want
Or, you
all
know,
my
just
fellow
like-
civilians to be equally
Yeah.
harmless.
Or walking down the street, is some dude just like being a little crazy today, you know? I don't know.
Or even if someone just grabs their gun.
Yeah. Like
It
I
doesn't even
prefer
have to be them.
I'd prefer to
Yeah.
just like be like fucking all my civilian combat is just fucking hand chops on necks.
Yeah.
I'm not shooting people.
Even in Texas, I think you can open carry swords now.
What?
Yeah.
What?
They legalized
That's the
open
fucking
carry of
weeb
swords.
shit.
Yeah.
Dude.
Fucking weeaboos.
I don't know
those
who
mall
was pushing
ninjas
for
are gonna
that.
be so happy.
I don't know who voted for that.
How do you?
But they did
Because
it.
like an open carry gun, you have like a
How do you
holster.
concealed carry a sword?
You have a fucking.
You just put it down your pant leg,
Yeah,
get a
you
crutch, and you just pretend it's
You just
broken.
walk with it like carrying it straight in front of you at all times.
Yeah,
Dude,
just like,
that'd be the fucking cringiest thing. Go to Texas, see some homie with like a katana on his back or something. And it's
Like you hold a door open for a lane, and they're like, and they say chivalry is dead.
God, that's... Who the fuck votes for that?
I don't know. I don't
It's
even know who would
stupid,
even like
though.
put that forward in like.
Like, because
those are the-
they're all old white guys, and what old white guy wants to carry a katana with them? I don't understand. It's all the young people.
Gun culture in the U.S. is so stupid because like the whole thing is it's just like everyone agreed that like we need guns. Like they don't really feel like they need guns. They're just being like tricked into thinking that's what America is, and if you take away guns, you take away America.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's funny.
It's the
Like,
NRA.
it's funny until kids get shot.
No, like not like gun laws. I think that's horrible, but I think like some people's outlook on it is really
Oh
funny.
yeah, my guns.
There's not anywhere in the States where you can like carry a rifle with you, is there?
Yeah,
probably is.
Yeah, there's like
I
you
think
can open
so.
carry ARs.
In some places, yeah, but you have to have
Bring my
go
50
through
cal to
like
work.
a huge process to
There
get
was
done.
like there was this stupid fucking thing where these guys like people like to do that where they open carry and then they like to test like police with it. Like there were these guys that walked into a police department open carrying guns to see how they would react. But they also went in wearing masks. Because they were like journalists. So they were like, let's see what they do. But then, like, to hide their identities, they wore masks. And they fucking, like 15 police came out and, like, aimed at them. They're like, put down the guns. They're like, we're allowed to. It's open carry. And it's like, no! Like, just put down. You had 15 police ready to shoot you. Like, it makes sense. And then there's another guy that walked in with an AR. And, like, luckily they didn't do anything. Like, he was black. He could have just sneezed and they shot him. Like, he was testing it already. Like, it's so stupid.
I guess it's not illegal to like walk into a bank with a ski mask on.
Yes, it is.
Can you get arrested for that?
Yes,
Why would
you're
that
not
be
allowed to
illegal?
wear masks in banks. I'm
Oh.
pretty sure that's
No?
a thing. Like, well, also, like, it's a private establishment, right? They can kick you out if they
They
want.
can
Yeah.
kick you out, but I
they
don't
can
think
kick you
can
out. I don't think
arrest
it's
you.
illegal.
Yeah, I don't think they can arrest you, but...
But a
like,
police
Let's
department
all go
isn't
into
a
a
private
bank.
establishment. That's a national thing, so, like, how can they...
yeah, I don't know. But, like, fucking... You just walk in like you've just got face surgery or something. You walk in and they fucking shoot you. Did you guys ever have imaginary friends?
Yes.
No.
See, that's the thing. I was wondering, like, I never had one, but like you hear about it.
Dated!
No, I suggest it.
But yeah, but like I never had one, but like
Neither did I. Yeah.
like I was wondering how common it is.
I think I did it like as a joke. If I remember, I had a parrot named Choppy, and that was like,
You had a fake parrot?
yeah,
Yeah.
like that was like my imaginary friend.
Did you tell people about it or like?
yeah,
you
my
kept
mom
it?
knew all about him.
I'm trying to remember if it was like a single imaginary friend or if I just like imagined people when I wanted them to be. You know?
That's reality bends to my.
yeah, you know. Imaginative kids, it's like, oh, I gotta...
Is there a specific not person you can think of?
No.
I think it's called just using your imagination.
Yeah, as a kid. That
Okay.
sounds
I think it's
normal.
like if you have one like reoccurring person who's there your whole life.
Oh,
Yeah.
well then yeah.
Oh,
no.
no.
Well, because like
That
I had
wasn't
like
a thing.
I remember I had a friend that had an imaginary friend, and like I pretended with him that his friend was there, but that was the closest I ever had.
That's some weird shit, dude.
Well, like he says it's on the right, and you're like talking over there.
Yeah, it's like-
that shit creeps me out. Like I've seen too many horror movies where it's like,
Wait, but okay, so because I read a thing, right? It says 65% of 7-year-olds say they've had an imaginary friend. So like
60%.
65%.
Yeah.
7-year-old. Yeah, that's. I don't know.
But like out of us, that's like 1/5 or like 2/5
2/5,
maybe.
Yeah.
That's not 65%. That's not.
Obviously, we're more accurate than this giant study.
Yeah, but also that's like, how can you trust a 7-year-old?
Yeah.
Because like I wouldn't trust any like statistic from a 7-year-old. Because like, what if they like?
Dude,
oh,
my dumbass would have just made one up on the spot.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
That's like.
Yeah.
I know when I was young, I would like really, I'd personify like characters and stuff. I imagine they're my friends. So like, I wouldn't imagine them with me, but like in a game, I would imagine that they're really like a thing in the game that I got. For example, there's Sonic Adventures. Do you guys know what the Chows are?
Yeah.
What's the challenge?
Yeah, the
They're
Chows.
like little things.
These adorable little blue baby things that never stop being babies. they're
I'm so confused.
they're in the Sonic universe.
Oh.
And you can go to your Chow garden and you collect eggs, and there's different rarity, and like they come out in different colors.
So
and
they're
they're
like
all
the
cute.
pets in Club Penguin, like little fluffy things.
Puffles.
Sure, around there, yeah. But they're basically just little blue babies with huge heads and a little yellow dot above them. And yeah, you breed them to fight. It's great. Those things, yeah.
What the fuck? Oh, they look like Pikmin.
Yeah, what to say?
Is that
Dude,
red
I'm
one? That
getting
red
the-
one's a Pikmin.
I'm getting
is it?
nostalgia
No, it's
looking
a
at
Chow.
that.
Oh, it's a chow.
They're all chows.
I absolutely love those
So
things.
you just like pretended they
So
were
yeah,
real?
so like I had this one Chow, and I absolutely loved him, and I breeded this super rare Chow, and I put in my Christmas list what I wanted. I was very young. I asked for my Chow to be real. I wanted it.
That's so cute.
And then like I imagined that like it was a real thing on the screen, but I never imagined it like in my lap or something.
I think I had that. I remembered like the Bionic. You ever watch the Bionicles movie?
Dude, that was my
Oh, yeah.
shit. Holy fuck.
I used to remember, like I used to imagine they were real and they were my friends. I think that was like, but it was more like dreams than like standing there in my room talking to Bionicles.
Dude, that was like, I spent all of my money that I had as a kid on that shit.
That's why I had so many Bionicles,
Yeah.
and I'd get like my grandparents. Like all I wanted from them was Bionicles,
Yeah.
not love. Just give me Bionicles.
That was like this fucking sad. Even though like I didn't like, like play with them anymore. When they discontinued that shit, that was a sad day in my life.
It was. Even
I still played with them when they discontinued it.
It was
That
even
so
sadder
sad.
because they tried to replace them
With
with
Hero Factory.
fucking Hero
Yeah,
Factory,
yeah.
and it's the lamest shit. Didn't have the right lore to it.
Okay.
Well, what was the Hero Factory lore that you didn't like?
It was just
All of
like
it.
was. What was the Hero Factory? Is like they just like build like a Bionicle type thing that comes and like helps them defeat bad guys.
I always thought like it from like when I was like a kid, like thinking about that, I was like, oh, like, that's just like the future Bionicle, like the Bionicle universe.
Is it not?
I don't know.
But like Bionicles had so much lore to it. There were
No,
so
it
many
did,
games
yeah.
and movies and shit.
Because weren't they like supposed to be like gods?
Yeah, they
Sort
were
of?
like
Toa,
yeah, they were like people that like found Mosk, and then the Mosk gives them like powers.
Okay.
And then there's
Bionicles DS game.
Dude,
I
the
played on
fucking the
GameCube.
GameCube game was my
I
shit.
love that. You find out like gold mask, and you just become a god for a little while, like unkillable.
I
got so
I had like a
that.
Bionicles like first person shooter.
That was the
That was it, yeah.
That was a GameCube game.
That was a GameCube. Oh, I had played it on PC.
I played on Wii.
Okay,
Oh.
I played one on DS.
like it was so fucking cool.
I remember
Oh,
the fucking
yeah.
spider guys, dude. I had every one of those. That was my fucking shit, dude.
The little guys that like they fucking bend like the
You know, like you
circular guys.
you like put like no, those are like the no, like you like put like the little stick on like their ass, their abdomen like a spider, and you like put like a little spinny thing on top of them, and then you rip out the stick and it would go flying.
And then you fucking rev up their ass.
Oh my god, no! So yeah, they're called Vizirac, I think. I'll look up pictures for you. Yeah, they were super hype.
Did you ever have? It was like the precursor to Bionicles, but it was like knights and stuff.
Oh yeah, I had a couple of
I-
them.
Yeah, I had a
Yeah.
couple of those. They were cool because they had the thing on the back that you could like
yeah,
flick.
their arms would go like
Their arms, they'd like jerk off.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah.
Nope.
What?
Wait,
No.
yes, because like they were like weaponized the backs.
Yeah, I had like the comic books and stuff. Like I was
God.
fully committed.
I wasn't that into it. Well, I probably would have wanted to be. Did you guys ever use the Lego website, like make stuff and
Yeah.
share it?
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
doing that. I made custom manacles. I tried to make them as big as I could without them falling apart.
Like the Lego designer app type thing.
No, like you make your own thing. You take a picture and you share it. I don't know how they kept dick pics. On
Oh, okay.
there. And then it goes to the
Probably
community.
little kids or something.
Yeah, why would anybody?
They had
No,
a dick
think
pic
about
detector.
like the Nintendo DS, the thing we can draw to each other. They had to
Picto chat.
discontinue that because I was drawing dicks.
Really? Wait, they discontinued it?
Yeah, didn't they?
I don't think
I
so.
feel like you can still do it.
You can. It's like on Splatoon and stuff. You
I
can do it.
I just think it's funny how like they made the same mistake with the Smash stage builder. They had like no regulation for it, and if you, like right when it came out, if you looked in the stage builder, it was just a bunch of fucking penis stages.
Yeah. So didn't someone have to make a penis detection algorithm?
Yeah.
Classic.
But no, I remember.
We talked about that last podcast.
Did we actually?
Did we?
We have talked about the
I don't remember.
Lego World's penis detection.
Lego Worlds.
We never talked about it.
No, we didn't.
I
We
think
talked
we
about
did.
it at some
We
point.
did talk about it in Lego Worlds, but we did talk about those two things separately. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, but like there's. What the fuck was I gonna say?
Bionicle.
We were talking about
Lego
Lego
Designer.
Designer.
There was like the Lego Builder app
I
thing,
use
right?
that too.
I used that a lot, and I was always sad because I would go to order it, and it was so expensive. Yeah, I know. I would like try to build my own like minifig because I was always just into like, so I did like Lego stop motion. So I was big into like just minifigures themselves.
Is that on your channel?
That's on my like old YouTube channel that you'd never be able to find.
Well, it's
It
like
was-
I'm making my.
It was
fucking
under like my
life
dad's
find it.
like account name because he made me like a
Mhm.
YouTube channel.
That's a good pointer.
No, because he doesn't use it anymore. You'd never find it. Okay, but anyway, I would use so many different minifigures, and I would try to like build my own in the designer, and then I go to order them, and it's like $20 for like 2 minifigures.
Yeah.
It's too
I always had grand visions in Lego, and it'd always fall apart. I always tried to make huge shit. Like I had this big custom ship I made, but I couldn't pick it up; or it would fall apart. And I used Lego Designer, and I was trying to make I can't remember what it's called, but where they make the clones in Star Wars, that big ocean planet.
Camino.
Camino. I was trying to make Camino. Wait, is it the one with the weird white dudes?
It's-
Yeah, that's Camino.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to make that, and then it was like thousands of dollars. It was also terrible. I'm glad I didn't spend money on that because I was not a designer. But
Lore Master Mills.
that was just there to crush dreams,
How
really.
do you know, like, Camino, like I know all my Star Wars stuff from like Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I have no.
That's where I get
I don't
it.
know
Yeah, me
any. When did that come out?
Star Wars Battlefront
2004.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I
Star Wars Battlefront 1, go. 2002.
I know.
I think.
it's probably 2002.
You know, my first FPS game was on the mobile. It was Nova 2, which came out in like.
Oh yeah, Nova 2's fun.
What's Nova
2010
2?
or
That
something.
rings a bell.
That had like the coolest cover ever, I think. It was
Yeah.
like the guy's mask.
It was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like Crisis, but like for mobile.
Basically,
kinda.
yeah.
I
And
played
they
the
made Nova
shit out of
3.
That game was so good.
It was worse than Nova 2.
Okay, well the multiplayer was worse.
It
I
looked.
thought the
It
campaign-
looked better.
It looked okay. I remember like looking at it like when it first came. I was like, dude, I finally played like good graphics, like PC games, and then it wasn't like it.
Sorry,
It's not
so
like-
when you say mobile, do you mean like on a phone or like
Yeah,
a DS?
Yeah, on a phone.
So I might have played this because it had a
Yeah.
decent story and like surprisingly good.
It was like
graphics.
Halo, but for
Yeah,
Halo and Crisis
I
kind of mixed.
briefly
think.
played that. I was quite impressed, but I didn't like play the story.
The difference between Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 isn't that big. You know,
No.
because
No,
like
there
the only
isn't.
difference is Star Wars Battlefront 1 you can prone, and Star Wars Battlefront 2 you can sprint.
Yeah.
Like that's the only difference.
You can also
like,
play as heroes
That's
in
fine.
2.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
wait, you can do that in number 1.
The heroes existed,
yeah,
but you
yeah.
couldn't play as them. I
Wait,
don't
show
think.
me that again.
That one.
That's not the game I thought it was.
You might be thinking of the third one. Then
No, it was like a PlayStation game that I'm thinking of.
Oh,
it was like
no,
a yellow.
you're
definitely not.
It was like a
thinking of
yellow mask.
Time Splitters.
No, not Tom Split. It was
Wow,
like
these graphics
Haze.
are
I think
so.
it was Haze. Can you search
Hawk.
Haze?
Oh, and looking
I think
at
it was
that,
Haze.
at that good-looking mobile game, there's
HAZE,
I think it was called Infinity Blade.
Yeah, it was that one.
Infinity Blade real
See,
good.
look how fucking
Oh, dude, Infinity Blade. Holy shit.
Haze. That's it.
Oh,
It's just
okay,
like a cover of a guy with a yellow mask. But I was like, this is the coolest thing. And then I don't know anything
I remember
about the game.
looking up Infinity Blade like lore shit and like secret things.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, I was so
Infinity
hyped.
Blade lore is
adored that
weirdly
game.
deep.
It's so cool
They
though.
made books.
Yeah.
They have all sorts
Seriously?
of shit. They got
What's
I
this?
didn't know any of
Wait, what is Infinity Blade?
So you know like you wouldn't know it.
It's a mobile sword fighting game. It's kind of Dark Souls-ish, but it's not the gameplay.
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
the
it's
feeling.
like the enemies will like come at you, and you like swipe in the direction of their attack to parry. Or you can block. You can dodge.
And you
Oh.
customize
But
your
there's
character.
like
Doesn't ring a bell?
3 or 4 of them, and they're all
There's
like
3 of
super
them.
And they
deep like
look
lore games.
Super good.
Okay, this might have been my little brain exaggerating, but I'm pretty sure they looked incredible.
Yeah.
Like, they were the
3
best looking
looks
mobile
really
game.
good. 3 looks
No,
really
but I
good.
remember
For a
like,
mobile game, it looks really good.
Like you could like there's like certain things you have to do to unlock every weapon, and like there's secret things you could do. Like if you died in a certain
If you
way,
die in the intro,
yeah, you go like
you're,
back a
like,
level.
It's like generational, so it's like bloodlines and they count up. If you die in the intro, it starts counting backwards, and you have like god tier gear. And it's really weird.
Yeah, but then the story's different too. If you die in the intro and go and then beat it, then it's like a different ending.
Yeah, I think it's just different.
Yeah.
ending.
And
then there's,
every time you progress, you get to the top and like kill this guy
Yeah.
or get killed,
And then you
progress
become-
your bloodline. Yeah.
So I remember I got some kind of ridiculously overpowered like black lightsaber.
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
the black lightsaber. Was that 3 or 2?
I think that was 2.
I played both. I don't know.
It's probably in both. I think
It was
two.
probably 2 because I imagine I put more time into 2 and
Yeah,
3.
it was 2.
But yeah, I remember there was some kind of random chance.
What
So
was
like
this? Like,
I might
I don't know.
two-shot the enemy,
Mhm.
or it might just be a normal weapon. God, I love that game.
I think you know so much about a game I've never heard of.
No, it
Man,
was.
it's so
It was pretty
fun.
big.
Yeah, I remember like you would like go and like you build up your arsenal and then fight like this one guy and like either get completely shit on or just like come back and like destroy him after.
Yeah, because in the first one there was this whole thing where like you had to play through the game like a whole bunch of times to get the
Yeah, and
amount
kill
of
different
money
bosses
to
and shit,
buy
too.
3 weapons to
Yeah.
unlock a door to
Oh,
fight
yeah.
3 actual
I
like
remember that.
impossible bosses that just like
Yeah.
they're so fast.
Man, you guys
There's
were
like
so
there's
much
like the big mech
so
guy.
much fun.
You
There
know,
was a
like,
big mech guy.
yeah.
You
That
guys
was like
were
the
leagues
actual
above
ending.
me. Oh my god, I just
Dude, you know, like, when I find a game I like that with like D4, I get so invested in it. Like,
Jeez.
How long ago was this?
I'll look it up. It was probably like
I was
12,
young.
grade 5
Yeah.
or 6.
Oh,
because I
okay.
played it on the bus to my
it
school.
was back when
That was the first one.
those were my Animal Crossing days.
Uh,
It was back in the
December 9, 2010 is when the first one came out.
it was back in the ancient times where people would still
Okay.
put $10 into a mobile game.
Yeah.
Now
I
everything's
remember
free.
I remember being so excited for Infinity Blade 3, I pre-ordered a mobile game.
I didn't even do that.
I pre-ordered a mobile game.
I remember I bought it like the week it came out.
Yeah.
I didn't pre-order it.
I
So,
don't
like,
know,
did
man.
you
It's
ever
sounding like you probably got me.
But there,
into
there was
that.
like
I might have.
there was like a overarching story and like
Mhm.
cutscenes and it was wicked.
The cutscenes were in a different language in the first one,
Yeah,
and then they switched to English in the second and third one.
yeah.
It's really weird.
Did you guys ever have like an iPod before you had a phone? Just
Yeah.
for
Yeah, I
games
did.
and
That's
stuff.
where
I had
played
an
that game.
iPod Touch.
I got
I think I
at the last generation, whichever one the last one.
I had
was.
an iPod 3, I think.
I just used it to watch Star Wars: The Force Unleashed playthroughs and dream. I wish I
There
had
was
that
a
game
Star
so
Wars:
bad.
The Force Unleashed mobile game.
There was.
There was. Did you ever play it?
I don't think so.
It was like portrait mode. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Maybe I should be glad I
It
didn't
was
play it.
so-
See, I played
so
it, I
bad.
played it on Wii, and it looked hilariously terrible. It was like the worst graphics. Oh,
I think that's probably why I have like such a bad like attention span, because I would have like 4 pages of just like games in different folders, so that I'd play a game for like a minute, die, and then just switch to another game. Like, I remember my mom's played. I think it was like a Top Gear driving game where you could customize your car with like weird shit. Like you just had a track where it was like ramps and stuff, but you could put like wings on your cars or like jet engines and shit, and it was like super customizable.
I think I played one called like Asphalt or something like that, where it was like you could choose between a cop or like a racer. But you get like a Lamborghini that was a cop car. It's really weird.
dude,
Yeah,
I
some games put
remember.
Lamborghinis as cop cars. I don't know why that's a thing. Like Need for Speed.
Oh,
Wasn't that a movie?
to get
Need for Speed is a movie.
Yes, that's not
yeah,
its
which is
primary
based off
purpose.
which?
The games came first, absolutely. The
For-
movies. Is,
What, Need for Speed?
yeah,
Why would the movie come from?
yeah. The movie's terrible though. It's so.
The
bad.
game's so
I've seen
old.
the movie so
there-
many times
isn't there a
because my
monkey
brother
in it?
loves it. There's no monkey in the movie.
I could have sworn.
There's no monkey.
It was who was in the movie? It was fuck. What was his name? Ryan Gosling? No.
No, Paul.
Wolf.
Paul Rudd?
No, it's the guy from Breaking Bad.
I don't know.
Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the star. And then Rami Malek is in it. And
How do you know this stuff?
because I've seen it like 10 times.
What? Wait.
Because my brother loves the movie.
Really? Still?
Yeah.
What?
It's like on our Netflix, like most watched. It's probably number 1.
See, that's the thing. Like, I'm trying to think. My like most viewed movie is probably Star Wars, and I've watched it like 3 times.
Oh, I know mine is. Mine is Happy Gilmore. Do you guys know what that is? That's the Adam
Yeah,
Sandler
yeah.
golf
Of course,
movie.
everyone knows
Who
what that
doesn't
is,
know
Cam.
Happy Gilmore?
Everyone knows what that is.
Okay, yeah. I watched that Oh, like a dozen times, maybe more. If I had spare time, I'd sit down and watch
It's
Happy
like,
Gilmore. I love
I don't-
that movie.
I don't watch
Not
movies multiple
Yeah.
times. I barely watch movies.
Really?
Like Django Unchained is my favorite movie. I watched it twice. Like most movies, I feel like I only have to watch once to like.
Yeah, I don't watch multiple movies multiple times anymore.
Yeah,
Well,
because
as
I
a
feel
kid,
like
did.
it doesn't give me like the same good feeling I get when I watched it like the first time. It's
I
like,
like
My-
watching it again. From
I guess
beginning to
Django
end.
did. Django's such a good movie.
I think the Prestige is the only one. It was like I have to watch.
I
this
still
again.
haven't seen it twice.
I tried to find it after you talked about it. It's not available
No
on
Netflix.
It's, they took it off?
Probably in America.
It's
only.
not on.
Damn it.
Because I have a VPN. I looked on America. I installed it just for fucking prestige.
Just like stream it from somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I have to buy it somewhere.
Asian local.
Well, no, like, well, you can't stream it.
There's
You can find
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
if you're willing to wade through Asian locals near you,
That's how I watched Game of Thrones seasons 1 through 6.
Have you seen all these seasons?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you finished the show?
Uh-huh.
Did you like the ending?
I didn't love it. I didn't hate it.
I know everything that. Oh shit! Okay, good. Everything I know about it is through 4
You guys need to
spoilers.
finish watching the show.
Zach,
so
I'm on
that we can
season,
talk about
Zach,
it.
I'm on season 4, buddy. Come on.
I don't watch the show, but I want to discuss it
I
with
just
you
want
guys.
to eventually.
Oh, y'all need to see
Wait,
it.
you haven't even
I just
started
wanna-
it?
No,
just
I want
wanna-
to. It's on my to
Have
do
you
list.
finished it?
I'm on
He's
season
on
4.
season 4.
Okay.
I'm halfway.
You're fair. I can spoil it for you. Fuck you. You haven't even started the show.
Because I only just got the thing and watched on like a
Oh, you
couple
got
weeks
HBO?
ago. Yeah.
Great. Oh, okay.
No, Crave
yeah.
and HBO.
Okay.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Well,
it's like
only-
I'll watch it one day. Don't say anything.
Okay,
No.
it's worth watching, but it'll suck out all your time.
Yeah.
I want to watch it again, even though I just watched it. I watched it all sort of when it was coming out, and then I watched it all before season 8.
I just
Now
don't
wanna
see
watch
how it can be that good.
No, but Hazy, you don't
Like-
get it. Like, it sucks you in so much that you actually fucking like want to strangle. some of the
Like
characters.
Breaking
It's-
Bad, I haven't watched it, but I can see how it could be super good.
We're talking about Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Like game it. How
I'm
much?
so tired.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at you. I'm like, you're not saying anything.
Adam's just in the corner and he's just staring at the floor.
Talking about mobile games that
I didn't get it
played
either
and-
until I watched it.
I'm just not big into like.
It's because
fantasy
there's
stuff.
so many different characters.
It's
so
and
many
they're-
It's because that's a good reason, sort of, to get into it.
I've seen the
It's
sex
because the
scenes,
first
yeah.
season. The first season, they do have a lot more nudity and sex than in any of the other seasons. I'd say.
I've noticed it's gotten like progressively like less
Yeah.
oriented to that, which is I like.
Shows
no
tend to do that, I think, because they try to rope you in with just like cheap tactics like that, and
Yeah.
then they just slowly focus on the story.
It didn't work on me.
I think HBO especially does that, but from what I've heard.
Yeah, I
There's
don't
no
know.
dick until like season 5.
Wait, do they have
What'd you
full
say?
frontal
Season
nudity?
5.
Well, so say again. I
No
didn't-
dick.
No, there is, and like
Well, there's like background dick.
you see like you see Theon's penis in, like a couple first episodes.
Yeah, it's sort of like.
I went full close up.
I just watched when like,
Yeah.
they showed this guy, like the guy was like pissing on the ground in front of like Daenerys, and then like you could totally see his cock.
Well, the thing, it's blurred and it's top of it because it's out of focus.
Fuck,
I
like,
know so much lore about
Because
that.
I've seen it twice.
Zach's got the penis lore down.
It's like at 22 minutes and 34 seconds, you can only see the foreskin.
that does it.
I'm just saying.
So yeah, anyway, I'm going to start watching that very shortly.
Yeah.
You should, Cam, because it is absolutely incredible.
Like fantasy stuff just seemed to me it's like the lamest genre. Like Lord of the Rings, I tried watching it.
Don't
Like,
say it.
It didn't
Careful
impact.
here.
It didn't impact me at all. Like I was just I don't know what the fucking coloring, terrible dog shit.
You
dude.
are so
The-
god.
I've never seen Zach make this face. It scares me. It's just like it was so boring. I felt sick watching it.
You can't say that. For the deepest possible insult. It's so bad it makes me sick.
It's so long as well. Why is it so long?
Because it's so
a
good.
long book.
Yeah, I tried reading The Hobbit, dude. I got to like
You
page
didn't read
20.
The
The Hobbit wasn't
The Hobbit's
bad.
like a children's book.
Yeah, The Hobbit is not.
He wrote it for his kids.
I tried reading. Yeah, I tried reading it at grade 5,
Uh-oh.
and I got to like page 20, and he spent like 2 fucking pages describing the gnomes or the
dwarves.
The
The
dwarves.
Because
Yeah.
it's like okay, but like if you're gonna have 12 different or 13 or 12,
I want to say there's 13.
Okay, 13 different like
Should have done
different dwarves like different characters, right? You should explain how to differentiate them when it's a book.
It's better than the songs in the Lord of the Rings, dude.
But you just skip over the songs because they really don't
But
matter.
then I feel bad because it's like there's something there. There's got to be something there.
If you're doing like an English like decomposition of the book, sure, they don't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's one thing I hate because I'm reading The Witcher right now, and when they have songs in there, like, what am I supposed to read through it and like try to imagine how like I can't make a song out of this? It's just words.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do with
there's
that.
a bit in I think it's The Hobbit where they get like abducted by goblins and they're like singing about whipping them. You don't need to read that. It doesn't matter.
Just understand they want to whip them.
Yeah. Read the like whip. Where there's a whip, there's a way, and you move on.
Well, because like in one of the English classes at U of A, because like each class the teacher picks what books you like analyze. One of the classes, the entire class was just Lord of the Rings. That was the book.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
But, like,
Zach lights up.
People were, but like I feel like it would probably ruin it because you'd have to like look at it so
Yeah.
deep. Like I had a friend write on like how like how people treat like orcs and stuff in the book relates to like racism and like it was all like research stuff based on it.
People get all political.
I think sometimes people look too deep into things.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like I had to write. I was writing like for my English class. I was writing about some like Victorian era novel, and I had to write a paper, and I wrote on like the Great Chain of Being and how it was like hidden in the book, but like it wasn't in the book. Like, I just found I found 3 parts that kind of explained it, and then like my entire paper is just like referencing philosophy papers.
Yeah,
like,
I mean that's sort of the thing with English is if you have like a certain viewpoint, you can sort of mold that onto whatever
yeah,
you
you
want.
can bullshit so much.
So much.
English is the
Well, it's because so much is up for interpretation, right? It's just like
Yeah, but sometimes it's not really up for interpretation.
it shouldn't be. Is the thing. It should be. I think the author should decide how it's pictured.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Think about like songs. Usually, I mean, sometimes the artist will just go out there and say what it is, but often people don't know what the hell it means. And I think that's kind of cool. You
I
know?
think if
Let's hear
something
Red Hot
isn't
Chili
up for
Peppers.
interpretation,
I
then
guess.
it's not really like art
I
per
guess.
se.
because like an actual novel is going to be descriptive enough.
Yeah,
that
but
there's
when
not a
like
whole lot of
when an
secret
artist
bullshit.
sets out, whether it's a singer-songwriter or like a painter, when they set out to do something and make like a work of art, they're imagining it from their perspective and doing it for this reason.
Yeah,
But I think that should. I think interpret. I don't know.
I think they can say what this meant to them, but
Yeah.
if you see it and it's like, oh, I see this as a completely different thing.
No, that's
you
fine.
do see that
that's,
as a completely
that's fine,
different thing.
but I strongly dislike it when people go super far into something and then drag something out of it. That's
feel
like
like
you don't have
completely
to
bullshit.
agree with them.
It
You
should
just have
be-
to say, I see that is your point, and
If they're
agree
wrong.
with.
I feel like
But
that only works in like
that's
abstract stuff. Like if someone makes like a song about like I don't know like a massacre or something, no one's gonna be like it's actually about like fucking people or like
No, because
like
where
you're
you're going with this.
I don't know, Ken.
I don't know what songs
So
you're
you
listening
know
to.
the song "Pumped Up Kicks" by Foster the People.
Yes.
That's about a school shooting.
Yeah.
So
That's what I'm saying. Like,
no. But this happened. The twins didn't know it was about a school shooting, and they thought it was about shoes.
Oh my.
That's
Well, because surface level,
Yeah, that's
it is sort
Yeah,
of. Well, actually, no, surface level it's not.
because it says outrun my bullets.
Yeah.
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 But like
there's
that
a lot of
song is
lyrics
common
about a
knowledge
gun.
though, because like a lot of people. I remember there's
I've
just,
I've seen the memes.
yeah,
I
a lot of
remember
people
It's
getting
all
shot by it.
from
Maybe I just like.
But I remember finding out what it because like because like it would play on the radio and it was so you wouldn't think about it. Like you would sort of be like,
Well, the lyrics are kind of hard to understand anyway.
Yeah.
I guess until you like know what they're saying.
Like I remember I was in the like car with my mom and she's like, "Oh yeah, this song's about school shootings." I'm like, "What the fuck? Like what?" But that Foster People's weird because that song's like nothing like any of their other songs.
No,
like they're a pop band.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah, like indie pop.
yeah, it's like indie pop and like that song doesn't fit at all.
and
It's weird.
is it their most popular?
Hell on the Beat is their most popular. And
No,
that would be it.
no,
I
I
want to
think-
say it's their most popular just because it's the only one I know.
Okay.
Pump
what I
Up Kicks is
assumed.
definitely there.
Maybe Hell on the
you
Beat's a
you
close
know so
second.
many of their songs you just wouldn't realize
Yeah,
it's them.
yeah.
I've gotten like I'm quite big into Foster the People. I've been listening to a lot of this stuff recently, and it's like, oh, this is them.
Dude, I'm telling you gotta listen to Broken Bells.
Have they got a lot of songs?
They got a lot of good songs.
that like I would know already.
Well, you knew the one that I showed you.
Oh, that's because it was Sam put it.
Yeah, you should listen to all of them. They're really
Okay,
good.
I'll listen to more. But yes. One thing I was thinking of. This isn't related at all. Did you guys ever have zombie survival plans?
Yes, absolutely.
I would like briefly fantasize about it, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't
same.
actually make anything concrete.
No, same for me. Yeah.
Me and my friends decided that the best place to go would be Bass Pro.
Okay.
Because they have everything there.
Okay, so my plan, it always starts off with me waking up to like the zombie apocalypse has happened, like I slept through it or something.
You pulled a Rick Grimes.
Yeah, because I was just really tired instead of in a hospital. and the plan is that like I take my like parents' car, probably my dad's, because it's like a Range Rover, I can run over people really well.
Okay.
Sure.
First stop, you take it to Canadian Tire. You stock up on weapons.
Cool.
He doesn't even work there anymore. You stock up on weapons, and then you drive to like Walmart or wherever, and you stock up on food, and then you go to the gas station and you get gas, and then you go to like Bass Pro and you get a tent.
Or you just go to Bass Pro. They have a lot of food. Like they have like
don't ruin my
food
plans,
there.
Zach. I thought about this
They
a
have
lot.
clothes.
But then you're
They have
running to Zach in
guns.
this game. You have to fight to the death.
Yeah, that's why I've already got the weapons and the food. He's got to be running around with like animal heads.
You throw up
Someone
an
charge you with a deer in the head.
He's in the pond grabbing the fish.
So my mother's given way too much thought on the zombie apocalypse.
Really?
Yeah, it's like she has like a full like in-depth plan. Like she just says like it's I just do it for fun, but it's like
Has she,
okay.
has she written anything down?
Do you have a bunker?
We talk about it a lot.
What's her plan?
Her plan is that since we're like we have like a family compound, but since we're like on like the edge of it, if any zombies came, they'd be from up top of the mountain, and apparently we have like a really good vantage point where we could just fucking shoot them down or something. But like, I don't know. She said like, yeah, all the family can go live over there at that place, and we'll just live over here.
But your house is like so good for it though. Like the
Yeah.
only person you'd have to worry about is like your uncle and your like grandparents.
I never thought of
And
that.
you could have just like fucking Toby.
Kids go crazy, dude.
You'd be so safe in your little kingdom.
Yeah,
Nobody around.
it's not a kingdom.
Okay, anyway, but after I get like the tents and shit, right? You just go to the fucking forest and you camp, and then as soon as you run out of stuff, you book it back. I mean, just repeat, rinse and repeat. Easy.
Yeah, but I feel like if you slept for the zombie apocalypse and immediately just went for guns and food,
Yeah,
they would already be gone.
Yeah.
I figure you go to the
Damn.
food bank. No one's gonna think of the
Yes,
food bank.
everyone is going to think
I
it's
don't think-
I wouldn't have thought of the
Yeah,
food
you know-
bank.
you know,
I'd go to a
it's full
grocery
of-
store.
non-perishable food.
They're gonna rob the fucking homeless. They already don't have a way to defend
They're already
themselves.
dead.
You go there, lock yourself in there, and just live in the food bank for like the 3 months you have food for.
And you die.
The homeless have got to be the first to die in the zombie apocalypse, right?
Why?
They've got to push around their carts, slowing them down.
I'm not gonna lie,
Zombies are stupid by bottles.
that's so mean.
Oh, you know what I would do? If I were to take Harrison's plan and take off in a car, I would also throw my bike in the back. So if I ever ran out of fuel,
He could win the calorie contest.
if I ever run out of fuel, I still have quick transportation, and it's easy.
Runs into
To
like
get the fuck
You're
away.
right. But it's just funny.
Yeah, I would have thought of that.
I'll burn all the calories.
You could just like joust them. You just get swords.
Have you guys seen that?
Whatever U.S. state it's legal.
Have you seen that YouTube channel where it's I think it's called Zombie Go Boom, and it's like tests like super like I don't know how like destructive weapons on like
Sounds like
zombie heads.
FPS Russia.
It is, but with zombies.
Okay.
They have like their own like
They're not real.
no like shut up, Alec. It's a really cool channel. I don't know. I remember like I used to watch those like as like a 14-year-old, and I'd be like, "Oh, dude, I want the fucking like M48 double-bladed like battle axe." And
What are you gonna do with it?
fucking prepare for the zombie apocalypse.
I feel like the best thing, if we're talking like little weapons you carry around, probably like a spear. Can you just kind of like jab them and they're far
Yeah, we'll
away
have
from
them
you.
like get stuck in them.
You pull it out.
What if
That's
you
why
can't pull
no.
it?
That's why blunt weapons are the best.
Yeah, like a mace. or
Idiot.
something.
You die instantly.
But that's so close range.
Cam would be biking around with a fucking pike.
Pike on the front of his bike. Just skewer the homies and go by.
I would just hit one and crash on my bike immediately.
Yeah.
You know, I know. It's just
Burn more calories.
One just falls over.
No, I think like a mace or a club.
I don't think a zombie apocalypse would happen. I don't think it could happen.
I think we could continue.
No, so they actually this is like what sparked my mom to start thinking about it. Is that apparently like some like science lab like resurrected like a pig's brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not a
after he's
virus.
dead for a while.
Yeah.
But that was just we can restore brain
But
activity.
also,
Not-
why would it be?
it's not
No,
gonna
no, I know.
First off, yeah, why would it be like
Okay,
an
okay,
actual
okay,
zombie?
okay.
But then,
But like,
assuming your zombie outbreak starts with one zombie.
I don't think it'll start. But like I'm
Okay,
saying,
but like, just let's just say zombie
Okay,
outbreak
okay.
starts with one zombie. Maybe it infects like 20 people. You just get the
Fucking-
military and it's 20 people you gotta kill, then you're done.
Yeah.
It's not like it's gonna
No,
infect
no, no.
everybody
It's
before
like no one
people
gets in a
realize
conga line of
something's
people dying
happening.
each
no,
other.
I understand.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't know.
It's just cool to think
it's
about.
because it's always like a disease, right? And that like I think is it The Walking Dead? I think it is that like it's a disease that everyone
Yeah,
has.
everybody
Yeah.
already has
And
it.
then as soon as you die, that's how you get it. Because that would make sense,
That
kind
is
of.
like the only way,
Yeah.
I would think.
Also, that is a major spoiler, by the way.
Did that
Is
make
that
sense?
Isn't it
major
like
spoiler?
season 2 that's a major
Yeah, no,
spoiler?
they go like
Spoiler.
they go like the CDC,
Oh,
and then
Aren't we
they
on like
explain
season
it.
20?
Mm.
Does it really matter?
Come for me, Adam.
True. I just remember it was a big revelation. But there are actually there's like a zombie
Fungus?
parasite in nature. Yeah.
that shit's so cool.
They took over. I can't remember. I think it was like a mantis at one point, and they literally they like worm through their nervous system and they control them.
Mm.
It's fucking creepy.
Yeah,
Like
it's
human
a
fucking-
fungus or something,
The
right?
human
And it wants
species
to
dies
be,
to a
it wants to be
mushroom.
eaten by birds for some reason.
Yeah.
So it controls ants and drives them to move towards somewhere with light.
Wait, it wants to be eaten by birds?
Yeah,
So that it can spread.
I think, yeah. So it
Oh my
controls
God.
an ant, moves to somewhere with light so that birds can see the ant.
So
Dude,
birds
this
eat
is-
an ant.
This is sounding like Bird Box, where they just get infected and like eat out a window.
I didn't,
I didn't
watch
like that.
I didn't
movie.
see that
Yeah,
movie
I
yet.
I didn't like
I was
it
like,
at all.
it was on like my
I feel
list on
sick.
Netflix to watch, and then I saw too many memes spoiling it that I was like, I don't even give a
So
fuck.
was it like I've heard like the argument is there's like a discount A Quiet Place? Is it like anything like that?
no,
or-
it's
Not
pretty
really.
original, to be
Okay.
fair. It's pretty
Like,
different.
what-
Well, isn't it like
It's
if
not
you
like
see
A
if you
Quiet
see the
Place in
monster
terms of
like
plot.
like you go crazy? Is
Yes.
that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's some people who
It's
like
kind of like a
to-
cool cosmic horror kind of.
It is.
I like
It's a
that.
cool idea. I just don't like the movie.
Is that like what's the like? Do you care about spoilers?
No.
What happens?
For Bird Box,
Yeah,
in terms of the plot,
yeah.
At the
she
end.
ends up at a school for,
For
the blind
blind.
because they can't see the monsters, so none of them are dead. So that's like a safe haven.
That's your safe haven.
Oh,
So the
okay.
blind people have set up like a fortress, and then they just bring
So when you see
inside
the monster,
people.
do you try to kill other people or you kill
You,
yourself?
that depends. Some people have gone like some people who are already crazy go crazy and become murderous. If
Yeah.
you're not already crazy, you just kill
So it's
yourself.
like people from prisons are just running around trying to kill everyone, and then
Yeah.
normal people are trying to kill
There's
themselves.
a weird plot
Is it-
point where there's a convenient asylum that's nearby, and there's a bunch of crazy people who are broken out because they saw it, but because they're already crazy now, they're murderous people.
It was a little.
That's like that kind of
tedious.
thing is like total like makes me just like nerd out about like Lovecraft. Like that kind of shit straight from that. I feel like
Is that like?
Maybe.
Is it one monster? Or it's like multiple.
I thought it was multiple.
I think it's multiple. They never really say.
They don't
I
show it.
assume it's.
Do they
They
show
never
it?
reveal the mystery.
I assume it's multiple because it's like global, basically,
No, they don't show it. I don't think.
but they never actually show it.
But
They're
you,
just like-
There was
you
like
see,
concept art that was leaked. Though.
You see like their wind carving of leaves and stuff, and you can see like multiple trails at once.
Oh, that's lame. Because like the Quiet Place was cool because like it actually showed the monster.
Apparently they're
Like,
doing
it
a
was-
second one. Like that's
No.
no,
Quiet
they-
Place 2?
yeah.
The
They
loud place.
I know there was another
You're
movie that
quiet,
was
you
called like Don't Speak or something.
Yeah, there was one.
Don't
That's-
breathe.
that's-
Don't breathe.
No, that's
Don't blink.
Oh no, no, I know.
Don't
it,
smell.
It was like the
It's a
same
Netflix
plot, but it was
original.
Netflix.
Yeah,
it was
it's
total
based on
shit.
the same book, I think.
It's a book.
Yeah, apparently.
That book would be so lame. The whole point of the movie is it's cool because like
It's quiet,
how it
yeah.
plays
It's
with
quiet,
sound
yeah.
and stuff. Like the book you're reading it is like,
But yeah,
Man,
it's
I'm
like,
winning.
apparently it's the same plot. Like they have a kid, and that one kid has like is deaf, so she needs like a hearing aid,
Hmm.
and it's like basically the same.
You know, it's like the bird
I
box.
just don't remember what it's called.
Monster
I want
was
to say
like-
it was Don't Breathe. Or like,
No, you never saw it in the movie.
No, but that was the concept.
that was the
of it.
concept.
that's
yeah.
a weird.
it's just a
concept
fucking
art.
dumb,
stupid
yeah.
baby with like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
cancer.
I like the idea better that it's just like whatever
I
you
agree.
fear, because
Yeah.
like
I think so too.
that makes way more sense.
Wait, what is the thing?
There's like a theory that it's like it shows you what you fear the most.
With
Oh,
the Harry
right.
Potter thing.
Wait,
And
oh,
then-
that was a theory. I thought that was like.
I thought they mentioned that. in
Do
the
they
movie.
mention that?
I
I think
thought that
that's
was
what
the
the
thing.
one
I think
dude thinks.
The crazy guy. Yeah.
That's what the one dude who's writing a novel thinks because he's just a creative mind, and then everybody's like, "Nah, it could be."
Yeah.
and then they just
No,
kind of
it's a fucking idiot. It wouldn't stop screaming in the car, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he wouldn't stop screaming in the car, and then he's like, "Oh, I work at the grocery store. Here's my friend," and he opens the door, and then they kill him.
Was it worth watching?
No.
The movie, really?
I would say no.
If you like,
just
like
wear
porn
night vision
movies.
goggles.
How would that?
What?
What?
Wait, does it work?
If you see it through a camera, you still die.
Oh, yeah, they
okay.
tested
They test
it.
that.
Just like
One guy was like, "I'll put my life on the line. We'll find out." And then he was tied to a chair and he smashed his head to the desk.
It was actually really weird how he died, because it looked like more of an accident than anything else. Because he kind of fell over, and then he cracked his head open on like a little stone that was there.
Yeah.
It was like,
It's like is it SCP-1? What's the SCP that like if you see it, you just fucking it just comes
096.
096. That was cool. I love SCP so much.
Yeah, me too.
It's like the same sort of thing where it's like it's just this like monster type guy, because you played the game, right? You know the guy that like crawls on the ground sort of, and if you look at him he like screams at you.
yeah.
That's him, because it's like if you see him in like, I think it's a drawing, you're fine, right?
If it's drawing, you're fine. But if it's like a visual picture, video, or you actually see it, as long as it's only if you see its face.
Yeah, it's
There
like
you go.
no matter where it is,
It'll like
it
come through the fucking ocean and
Yeah.
like fucking kill you.
Yeah, like they'll have it in like a metal box, and someone will like they'll take some like Class D guy and have him like look at a picture, and
Like,
it
across
fucking,
the world.
yeah, and it just fucking like breaks out and comes straight.
Wait, so
forward.
like a picture that was taken or like a drawing?
Even
or-
like even if it's just like they said this in the lore, it's like even if it's a pixel in like an image.
Yeah, that was like a thing where there was
Yeah.
like a picture of these guys like in like when it was still out in the wild.
Yeah, and it was like on like some mountain or something.
Yeah.
You could barely see it. You had to be looking for it, and they saw it and they died.
Is SCP like a crowdsourced
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
lore thing?
Yeah.
That's
So
why
it's
they-
not just like one dude who's like,
Yeah.
I'm just...
Oh no, there was a
Going
thing
insane.
recently where it was like some fucking Russian dickhead like copyrighted the like SCP logo and whatever, and he was trying to like sue people for like making SCP stuff. Even though the entire thing is that it's like a Wikipedia basically.
I find a lot of things take from SCP and like don't give credit. Like the Weeping
Yeah.
Angels from Doctor Who. That's SCP-173.
How much
Yeah,
is
yeah.
SCP?
How-
It was made before SCP-173 was made before the Weeping Angels got introduced.
Dude, the Weeping Angels are fucking freaky.
Yeah.
Isn't the Doctor Who books?
I don't know.
No, it started out as a
No?
TV show in like the I want to say 50s.
Yeah, it was really.
But like
and then they skipped a bunch and came back.
the intern.
the Weeping Angels was recent. It was like
Yeah, it was-
Oh,
it was-
okay.
it
they
was
weren't-
David Tennant.
No, it was really recent. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you guys have watched much Doctor Who, but there's this other terrifying one where there's this whole planet and the shadows have become
Oh, the
carnivorous.
monsters. Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit was
So you step into the shadows, these people are in like astronaut
and some
suits.
bones instantly.
Yeah, and so you're walking with someone, they're talking, and then they suddenly stop, and you turn around, they're just standing there like a skeleton. Like they've been eaten because they stepped into a shadow.
Oh, that's
So
like
freaky.
the ground is lava, but with
Yeah.
shadows.
And then they have their... It was a dumb excuse just for the sole purpose of horror, but there's something in their suit that tries to like emulate the personality. So
Oh,
you're talking
yeah.
to them, and then they suddenly start repeating themselves, and they say it a third time, and a fourth time, they're getting really scared, and they turn around, and it's just a skeleton in a suit talking to them. It's not actually them.
Couldn't you just like put a lamp on your head?
Yeah, that's what I was
like a
thinking.
personal
Just
lamp.
stick
Yeah,
up your back with a giant lamp up on
yeah,
it?
that's what I was
Maybe.
thinking.
Good. Like
No, but so the shadows they found out were actually like microorganisms or something, and they I don't know. There was like some explanation.
Yeah, they were a living thing.
Because Doctor Who is a thing that is like, there's so many episodes that some of them are just like super whack, aren't they?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. They're
like
crazy
there's a lot
sometimes.
of weird
I
ones.
used to love it. I stopped watching it like a few years ago.
Like there's one where like they're like in like a there's some like ancient time like I think it was the Industrial Revolution in Earth, and there was like a giant like
Is there an
monster.
industrial revolution not on?
No. Okay, I don't know. Like I'm just there's a lot of planets, but there's like a anyways like in like this like big giant river. It's like a huge monster at the bottom, like chained to it, and they're like feeding it people and like taking its shit and using it as fuel. That was actually an episode.
What
It was
the
a really
one-
good episode.
Well, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What was the one where it was like moisturized me? Like, it was
That's
the-
like, I watched
Ah.
that one. That's like one of the first three that was on the, like,
Is it-
David Tennant.
Yeah. Oh, I love David Tennant. David Tennant's the best, man.
No, Matt Smith, but we
Because,
didn't
like,
talk about
what-
that.
I like both
That's
of them.
like supposed to be the last human. For some reason, she's been turned into a face and stretched
She's
out
like a
on like
tarp.
a frame.
Yeah.
And because
Oh no, that's a guy.
that's a guy.
I think you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about. It's a guy.
I
Yeah.
thought it was a
What
woman.
was a girl?
I thought
No,
was the
it's
last
the
woman.
guy's name is Captain Jack.
That's
No.
not Captain
It
Jack.
is, yes,
no, it's
no,
some
it is.
weird ass.
Okay, so
name.
did
Oh,
they
maybe I'm
decide
thinking
that like?
it's like a big head, right?
No,
No,
it's
no.
like it's like a face that's been stretched
Okay,
out.
I'm
It's
thinking
just like-
something else then.
Yeah, it's just
And
like
then she's
skin.
like, she has like servants because she's human and you gotta get moisture, but if your skin gets all stretched out, it gets all dry, you gotta moisturize.
So she's literally just she's a tarp with a face and there's like veins.
That just screams moisturize.
Yeah,
But like
pretty
it's not meant to be a scary thing.
No,
like, she's funny.
it's just
she's
weird.
Yeah, I know, but it's just weird. It's like,
Yeah.
who thought of this?
It
Like,
was scaring
one?
me just because it's snow.
No.
Okay, pick something else then.
So that is Captain
Just,
Jack.
That's
just
Captain
Google
Jack,
moisturize
What
me.
the
It was
fuck?
like,
They,
How
like,
did-
they, like, explained it sometime like the.
So was
the
that
show.
recent that they decided that?
No, that was like in
This
Matt Smith, I
one.
think. Oh no, I do remember that. Yeah.
what's it called? Cassandra.
Cassandra, I guess.
Yeah, so Captain Jack was like this invincible
Oh my
guy.
god,
Yeah, Lady Cassandra O'Brien.
that's spooky.
That's Nicolas Cage.
I prefer that one. What? Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I know that because my dad
It
is
looks
super into
like-
Doctor Who.
Those
Mm.
face banks, those piggy banks, where it's like it looks like a monkey's face and it just eats coins.
Did you guys ever have sea monkeys?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those things are sad.
My sister did.
They just get like kept in a
Yeah.
box and sold.
Yeah.
It's really tragic.
Aren't they like frozen?
Yeah.
Like shit.
They're like dry freezed or something.
Yeah,
so
because like they're not. They just
It's just a monkey eating coins. Did you guys ever have like a piggy bank?
Yep.
Like I don't really.
it wasn't a piggy bank. I
An
had
alien
like a coin.
one.
bank.
I had a Calgary Flames jar.
Because like there were some really fancy ones that they would advertise where it would like talk to you and it would like count how much you've got. Like it was like an electronic display. It was like a fish, like a fish tank set like looking thing. And I think it had like a fish in it that would like talk to you about your money and stuff, and you could play games with it. Like it was weird. Like, you break your fucking piggy bank, murder it, and then use the coins to buy some fish.
Yeah, I had one that was like a bunch of towers that were the different side, like they were different diameters for the different coins. You're supposed to only be able to put the specific coin in the one, but because I was an idiot kid, I would put like shove the different ones and then they get stuck in there and stick more.
I know.
It's like, what would you say is the girth and depth of the mouth asking for a friend? Not big enough for what you would think the real use is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what they're going for.
The pinky finger.
Someone's trying to face fuck Mr. Monkey Mouth.
Weirder things have been said in this.
This item forever changed my life. Before I got this, I had not found any meaning in my life. My world was so bland and simple. I don't know why I hadn't noticed earlier. But now I feel complete. Every day I wake up to see the face of something so beautiful and perfect. I feel ashamed being in its presence. I simply have no words. Thank you. Oh, there's a review that says I will not moisturize you.
Oh, really? There you go.
You know the thing that you see in like I guess like cartoons and stuff where they put the string around the coin and put it in the vending machine and yoink it back? That doesn't
Yeah.
work, right?
No, I don't think it would.
I feel like it locks down or something, right?
Probably.
Like it would,
Well, we could try it.
yeah, we should try
It's
it.
probably like weight activated, so like
Yeah.
goes down in blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a,
Because like vending machines,
Well, it would
are,
have
like,
to be, wouldn't it? Like in order for it to like decide which coin is which, it would have to be like.
well, yeah, but like it's probably like a little thing that like slides down.
No,
and
I know it.
across.
Yeah.
Adam's having a jolly good time.
Face bank is the
Adam's
thing I've
little
been missing
reviews.
in my entire life. A reliable, constant companion. Unlike most friends who come and go, Face bank is always there, willing to accept loose change in exchange for listening to me ramble about my day, discuss geopolitical issues, and investment advice.
Wait, does it speak to you?
No,
Oh,
it's just eats coins.
it's not like you give it a coin. It's like buy Tesla stocks.
They're only $13.
I'm gonna get one right now.
There's blue, red, and
I
pink.
think Adam's in love.
You gotta get red.
Red,
Sure.
but pink could be gross and like fleshy.
Yeah.
No, it'd be like neon pink. What kind of flesh is neon pink?
Someone's.
Someone's.
Sunburned.
Yep.
Even then, it's like bright red.
But not for a
So
while.
the red
Yeah, do the red one.
Do any of you guys have like weird like sunburn tolerances? Like you like because I know my stepdad like
Is really shitty being weird?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah, no, because like, my stepdad, he goes outside in the summer, like a hot tub, like for an hour, and he comes back, he's burnt. Like,
An hour.
Okay, well, not that bad.
not,
but yeah.
yeah.
Have I told you where I sat like with my legs crossed? Like I was in Australia and I was like 40 degrees or something just outside, and I had my legs crossed like this, and half of my leg, just one side of my leg, got completely burnt. So
It's
I
like
had,
a farmer's tan, kind of, except like...
yeah, except it was
like...
like half of my leg on one side, and it just looked really fucking
I
weird.
I still have a white strip on my hand because I wear this every day on my watch.
And it's right next to your birthmark, so
Yeah, I
it's like
know.
super. It's Neapolitan.
Oh my god!
Pink, white, and brown.
So yeah, I
Give
just
you
have to
the
wear this thing
birthmark?
at all times. Yeah, it's. I'm sure I've told you
He's
the story.
explained this like 50 times.
I'm
I
sure I've
haven't
told you the
heard it.
story where a certain individual at school, he thought it was a dirt mark, and he grabbed
No.
a napkin and tried to wipe it off.
I never heard this. Who did that?
It was a classic.
Also, who just sees someone with
Tell me
dirt
later.
on them and tries to?
But
It was the big
Yeah.
link, right?
Oh, really?
No.
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 Surprisingly.
Tell me later.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a weird thing to do anyway.
It is.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry, you have a little bit of dirt on you. Like,
Who does that?
Strange person.
yeah. A person we all know.
A bad enough
Do I know
sunburn
them?
on one of my ears that this part, like the top of my ear, burned on both sides and fused together.
What?
So this part it's like curved. This part it's flat.
No, that's how my ears are. I don't think that's the sun.
No, because I
See?
fucked out my face
Like,
and I got
this
scabs.
one's
and
flat.
stuff. Like yeah,
And this one's
Oh, I
like
thought you said I
No, like
fucked up
one
my
here.
lungs.
like I can like
it's like
that?
hollow.
And, like,
here it's
I
not.
can't do it.
I thought you said I fucked up my face. I got stabbed and stuff.
No, I got scabs and it was.
Well, yeah, my ears are different too.
What?
I was
You
saying.
find it really satisfying after you get sunburned to like peel the skin.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, I got so badly sunburnt one time, like my entire back peeled.
I still have a strip
It
on
was
my
like-
arm. I got so fucking badly sunburned. I still have a strip on my arm here
Why is it wider than
Did you
everything
like
else?
scar yourself?
because that's where I didn't get burnt.
Oh.
I used this.
When wait.
Okay,
When?
I've been through this too.
When did this burn happen?
Maui. So.
Oh, okay, so
quite a
sort
while
of
ago.
recently.
Well, December.
I thought, like I was thinking like last summer. I was like, it's been like that for a year.
No, I had spray on sunscreen, and I
Oh, did you miss?
overestimated the width. So I ran it down my arm, and it shot like a laser beam just right down there, so that everywhere around it got burned to a crisp. Dude, I peeled off like.
Do you
a
not
pound
rub
of
on your
skin. Oh my
sunscreen?
God. No,
The
usually I
spray on
do.
stuff, you, like go quick and you go wet.
Okay, but
I thought you
usually
were supposed to rip it on after.
Yeah.
Spray on stuff, go quick and then wet.
Carol.
even my family who makes fun of me for this didn't know that. But anyways, no. Usually I just use like bottle stuff. It was like, ooh, we should try spray on. It sounds so
I
easy.
hate it.
And then you die.
Then I got cancer.
It's like that episode. Did you guys ever watch Malcolm in the Middle?
No, I
Not
don't know what that is.
really.
There's like the episode where Reese gets so like his entire body gets sunburned and he like peels his entire body worth of skin and he like keeps it and he gets super attached to it. He's like mom throws it out and he like freaks out. It was a weird episode because that's one of those TV
Mom
shows
found this.
where there's so many like subplots to it because there's like different characters.
What show is this?
Malcolm in the Middle.
I thought that was just some like shitty sitcom.
That show's amazing.
I don't know what that is. Is it like a kid's show or is it a sitcom?
No, it's just a sitcom, but it's
like
like
a young adult.
do you know the show The Middle?
No.
Okay, never mind. It's like a rip-off of that show, but like Malcolm in the Middle is so good. Like I think everyone loves it.
I don't
I
think
don't-
What
I
I've
because I
seen,
don't know
it's
about
not
it,
good,
but
but
I know you're
I've
but
never
you
like
like-
watched it religiously. Like I've seen
Okay.
like, a couple episodes.
It's like one of the
Does it
best
have
sitcoms.
deep lore?
No,
Then I'm not watching.
it went on for a long time. Like,
Yeah.
it was one of those things where it's like kid actors, so you like see them grow up and shit, and they grew up enough that they had like a fourth kid as well.
Like
and it
Sweet
was-
Life of Zach and Cody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like that.
never
Now he's
watched that
doing
show.
Riverdale.
And the other one,
Yeah, he's Jughead.
he's a terrible actor.
Yeah,
He's
he's not good.
yeah, and then fucking Dylan, what's he doing? He's doing like he has his own like wine company or something.
Oh, probably.
Like he's doing like business shit
Yeah.
while his brother's still in the acting
Oh, you're talking
game.
about? I guess I can't say his last name.
Dylan Sprouse,
Dylan Sprouse.
the actor. Who do you
The
know?
acting.
I don't know
and
what
Cole
Dylan-
Sprouse.
I don't know Cole either.
Dylan and Cole Sprouse. Those are their names.
Zach and Cody.
Yeah,
I thought you just
Dylan.
started talking about someone
About
from high
a
school.
different-
No. The Dylan
Dylan
Sprouse. he's got like his own like wine or like ale business or something.
So he learned that acting was not for him, and his brother did not.
Yeah. Jeez.
For a while, it was on a cruise ship. They made a
Yeah.
whole different series.
That was
Sweet Life on Deck.
I never watched the actual original. I only ever watched the on deck version.
Well,
I only watched.
But the on
That's
deck,
why.
I liked it because that was all that was on. Like
yeah,
it wasn't. We didn't really have
it's
it.
really weird.
We didn't have it in Australia. I think.
Oh yeah.
I swear.
What was the
video
premise
game,
that
right?
they? I'm sure. What was the premise that they ended up all on a cruise ship?
I
Oh,
did
it-
a job.
No, it was like a school thing. I thought.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
a school,
okay.
but they were in the same class as the blonde woman and London.
And didn't
Yeah.
Mr. Mosby
But
come along
they're
as
like
well?
Jesse.
10 years older. Sure. 10
No,
years
Jesse
older.
was the show with the
Oh.
same actor.
Okay, yeah.
Did you never watch Jesse?
I did see Jesse. I
Yes.
just thought
Like the
maybe
iCarly?
No.
Like iCarly?
No, Jesse.
No, like they end up the same.
No, I think it's Ashley Tisdale or something. Right?
Something, I don't know.
Yeah.
I never watched any of those shows.
Anyway, they I swear, because the blonde woman in London, I
Oh.
really don't remember the blonde woman's
Oh.
name.
Yeah.
They're like way older than Zach and Cody in the Sweet Life. But then they go
I
into
don't
the
think
cruise,
you-
and
I
they're on
don't-
the
I don't
same
think you were meant
class.
to look
It's
into
so
that.
confusing.
It's probably a school-wide event. There's their
This
excuse.
lore is
All
shit.
amazing.
It's garbage, but they're in the same classroom.
Yeah.
And they're learning about boats and stuff.
What?
And Mr. Mosby was there again.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I
Well,
said. Like, how did he get there?
because
Yeah.
the company that owned the hotel owns the cruise ship.
oh, okay.
Welcome to our lore breakdown of Zack and
Look,
Cody.
anything I've
The
watched, I know the
podcast.
lore of. Alright.
I respect that. Like, that's cool.
Matt, are you digging into the lore of Destiny?
Absolutely.
I feel like,
Every waking hour, I'm reading a lore entry.
as far as
Oh.
kids shows go, I feel like Wizards of Waverly Place has got to have like the best and like, most deep
I
lore.
remember my cousin loved that show.
I feel like
I
that
watched
has
a
so
tiny
much
bit.
to it. Just because it's like fantasy shit. So like,
I feel like they just had fantasy shit just to have fantasy shit, though.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
but
Flashy.
I feel like there was like out of all the kid shows, like to have like background knowledge and stuff. Like
Maybe.
like about how their magic works and shit. Like there's got to have
Maybe.
explanations. Like you don't have to
It's
explain
a
how.
kid's show. They don't have that explanation.
Yeah, I know, but
I think-
on the wikis, that's where the lore comes in.
How about we
You know
just
what
find
they're
out right now?
doing. The Wizards of Waverly Place wiki.
Yeah, we're gonna find it. I bet it's a thing.
I'm gonna show you this meme later.
Well, I spelled wiki wrong. That's okay.
W-I-K-I?
No, I spelled like Wilk. Alright, I found it. The fandom wiki.
How many entries?
How many lore entries?
522 pages,
Oh,
2,000 photos, and 91
I
videos.
told you. I fucking told you.
They have a page for the Mason Alex relationship. They have the list of spells.
Oh, see, told you, dude. They got all the spells and the explanations and stuff. I feel like the best Wikipedia name is like Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
That was
Wikipedia is
really
a
good.
classic. They had to go for
That's
that.
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So apparently one of the spells
Sweetlife.fandom.wiki.
is archery and plumbing is the way to keep that thief from getting away. That's a spell.
It doesn't involve archery or plumbing.
Nope, doesn't make any sense.
What, somebody just like wave their wand and scream archery and plumbing, and then the thief stops?
I don't know. Also, like, being a wizard sounds like the easiest shit. All you have to memorize is like names.
Oh yeah,
How do you have to practice that much?
all they do in this show, they just say things.
I thought, it was,
Like,
I thought it was about like will and stuff, like you having to like.
I don't know. She says, "Bags from home, meet me here. Take them here and bring them near." And then I guess her bags
That's like-
show up.
Like in like in Harry Potter as well. Like all they have to do is just
I
fucking
thought
say a
oh,
spell
yeah, Harry
name.
Potter. I
don't
thought
they?
it was like about like the will of the person. And
Yeah, I
stuff.
Well, then
remember.
just try harder. Like,
No, like,
Yeah, I feel like
they're
I
attached
really
to their
want this.
wand.
Oh, there's
and stuff.
527 pages in the Sweet Life.
oh, it
Oh,
wins.
they beat us.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
But no, I remember Harry Potter had to learn that like the Dementor spell, and
And
it was
they
like super
hide
difficult,
yeah.
and he figured it out last second.
He had a cat on his tongue.
Well, no, because his
Apparently
form.
the
No, because, I
pronunciation
thought because
mattered.
like his like, it was like his future self came in and stopped them.
That's not about learning
I don't
a
know
spell.
much about Harry
Fuck,
Potter.
the Harry Potter wiki would be nuts.
I don't even want to like.
I feel like as far as like magic goes, Zach, you know, or do you know like Zatanna from
Yeah,
DC?
of course.
That's got to be the hardest spells because like her entire spells is she just says whatever she wants to happen backwards.
Backwards.
What?
Like she'll be like stop Batman, but it'd be like Batman. I'm really bad at speaking backwards.
Okay, the Harry Potter wiki, 16,000 pages,
16,000.
That's a lot.
36,000 photos.
And it's just old J.K. Rowling going to every page and changing.
Wait, how much was it, sir?
16,000 pages. So that's
I wish I did more of Zatanna and like the Justice League Dark,
Yeah.
like a movie.
How many?
16,000.
Wikipedia's
I don't
got
know.
you beat.
Oh.
149,000.
Okay, but that makes sense because like Harry Potter, they've got movies and books.
And the place.
Star Wars, there's like so many comics, and that's where most of it
What do you think
comes
is the
from.
biggest? Maybe Lord of the Rings wiki.
Yeah, check
I
out
feel
the
like Star Wars has got to be the most.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think Lord of the Rings, maybe.
I'll check the Game of Thrones.
Because it's very
I'm
popular.
sure-
Yeah, Game of
and
Thrones
very
probably be up there, I
complicated.
think.
No, only 6,000 for Lord of the Rings.
What?
Only 6,000?
Yeah, the one wiki to
Oh yeah, Game of Thrones is only 5,000 too.
Huh.
I mean, that's a lot still.
What
But
about Marvel? Marvel has
Marvel in
226,000
general.
pages.
Okay,
yeah.
Marvel wins.
yeah,
What does DC got?
Probably less.
I don't know about that. Let's see. 226,000 versus DC's.
108
Oh, what the fuck? How does Marvel have so much more?
because they have movies. It's popular as
Yeah,
well.
but how does movies
Yeah,
lead to like
movies wouldn't,
100,000
like,
more?
Yeah.
Disney only has 44,000.
Well, the Disney wiki probably just has links to all the other wikis they own.
I figure.
What's the members of the Abbott family and mysterious stranger fight for survival against other war? That's the same. Wait, because like in the that's for A Quiet Place 2.
Yeah.
Back to that. A Quiet Place 1, they fucking figured out how to beat him. It ended so well because it's like they learn how to defeat him, and instead of showing them, they just like end the
Yeah,
movie.
you
and they're
just
like,
know that they figured it out and they're good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're like they ended, and she like cocks shotgun.
And
Like fuck yeah.
Did it just say there what the plot's going to be? Is
It's
that
gonna
what
be
it
them
said?
just fighting the monsters.
Oh, so it's gonna be a shitty action movie.
Probably
It's
yeah.
like Mars Attacks.
Cool.
Well, so how did no one figure out? They're like, oh, they need like fucking. They use sound to hear. Why don't we just use sound weapons? Like, how did no one think of that?
I thought
I
it was
Well,
a
'cause-
specific frequency of
Yeah,
like,
if you
We'll try
even
them all.
try, no, but if you try, they'll know where you are.
Yeah.
I think it was just high pitched frequency.
Or if
I
you,
thought it was
or
a specific because
or
it only
get
happened
this.
like when he was like fiddling with it.
you set them up
Yeah.
remotely.
Well, it was when her thing was malfunctioning. It would go like, and then
We have to observe it somehow.
Some cameras.
No, but like, how are you gonna know? Because if you hit the right pitch, then they're just not gonna come.
you realize that everything's good then.
You bait him first. Adam, the military should hire me. You play just like a baby crying or something. They come to eat the baby, and you fucking make their brains blow up or whatever, right? Easy.
Dude, that scene.
But if you're testing all the tones, then I think they
You just
learn.
bring them and you go, hey, da 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 da.
Got an opera singer to
One of them's gonna.
go through his scales.
It's like the brown note, dude.
Were you in the coal last night?
No.
Oh, we were playing the music that makes you poop.
It sounded so stupid.
There's like
Oh, yeah.
this
Doesn't make
thing.
any sense.
It's music that makes you poop, and it's just like a burking. It's just like
Yeah.
bouncing
Does it
noises.
make you want to shake
That's
it?
No, it doesn't.
It sounded like just like a garbage game soundtrack.
Yeah, I remember I tried that before. I was curious. And it jack shit.
Little Cam sitting on the toilet.
With a fucking bass guitar just playing slap bass. We're like an hour and 43 minutes. I feel like we can wrap up. Follow us on Twitter, the Herd Podcast, or at the Podcast Herd.
Here you go.
Bye.
Anyway, selling out.